Still waiting on a couple people to pop in. And we are live on YouTube right now. So if y'all in here, if you wouldn't mind mosey on over. Oh, yeah, mosey on over to YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Now I'm talking about. And then, yeah, we're going to get this night started. It's got a great show going on for you guys. You know how I do. Ooh, who was that first? Bellissima and Jennifer first. Shout out to y'all. Pulling up like bridges to the situation.
Bellissima.
And here we go, Meg Scoop. She pulling up. All right, y'all, so we finna get it going over there. Y'all pull up to the party. Y'all already know how to get down. We're about to get it going in a second. So please, please, please pull up, and I will see y'all over there in a minute. All right, y'all. Peace. I can't believe I just did the peace like that.
What you do?
Peace.
I know you rocking with this.
Ron G pulling up in this building.
Hey, what up, bro?
What up?
What's up, y'all?
Blaq Ron, y'all.
Yeah.
Ron G.
What up? How you doing, man?
Other Ron.
Hey, I was trying to help you out yesterday, bro, with the audio, man, but you was already into your set, man. It was hard to tell you the whole tape.
Yeah, next time, like, give me a baseball signal or something.
No, I did.
Ron, what you doing it on, man? Remember your house internet be different, bro. You might have to do it on your phone again, because I don't want people to miss some jewels you be dropping, bro.
You want me to
you
do it
might
on my
use your phone as a hotspot and just do it like that. Because remember last time we had that same problem.
What you got over there,
Let me
Ron?
try to
You
use
got
my phone as a
dial-up?
hotspot. I never
Yeah,
thought,
you use
I
your
never
phone as
thought
your
to do that.
hotspot.
What'd you say,
Depending
man?
on what phone you got. I mean, I know you got an Android, but it should have at least that capability.
What'd you say, Megan?
I'm talking about
Wait, it's too
Blaq
many
Ron's
Hey,
phone.
because you got a Dwayne Wayne jacket on right now, don't mean you
You
talk
wild as hell, boy.
shit to me with your
Wild as hell, boy.
two-sided jacket. Your two-sided jacket because you're being two-faced right now.
Hey man,
You
hey
be
brother,
my
hey
boy.
man, hey. Stall me out, pimpin'. We're waiting on one more person. Thank you to everybody that's already donated to the chat. If you can hold off and go ahead and just donate directly to the artist, I'm gonna give them a welcome properly in a second. But anytime you donate through YouTube takes 30% of their profit. So I want your money to go where you want it to go. So if you could just hold off 1 second, and I would give y'all all the info for that, and I'm gonna help everybody change their name so we can make sure we take care of the guests, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much for everybody that already did donate. Waiting on one more person. New York
Let me say
Comic.
hey to Meg.
Actually, wait, no, two people.
doing it.
Whoa.
Yeah, Blaq Ron, you gonna have to go to your phone, bro.
Know a lot about shit. Know a lot about
Whoa.
you. Great
Blaq
features.
Ron, what is
Blaq
this?
Ron, you got you sound like you stuck in a time warp. Hit it from your phone, bro.
Oh Lord, this is terrible.
We'll get it together. Waiting on Tyrhee and
Can I eat my kettle corn on this?
yeah, go ahead. Go to
Because I was gonna do it anyway.
Good.
You got to dance too, though? You got to dance with the nibble?
What's up, Ron G? I haven't seen you in years.
Same here. How that little one doing?
He's good.
Yeah?
Actually, let me be quiet because he's in the next room. And if I wake him up, Lord.
You don't want them problems.
Whew.
All right. Tyree's pulling up right now.
Okay.
Brother
Coming
Spivey.
down.
What's up?
Oh,
Mr.
yes.
Spivey, what's going on, brother Spivey?
Come on. All right. I found it. I'm good. I'm good.
Ron, say something real quick.
What's up?
Something real quick.
Okay, much better. I don't know what you did, brother, but it's much better.
I'm using my phone as
much
my
better. All right, cool. So, waiting on one more person, but until she gets here, I'm just going to start real quick with the introductions. First of all, thank you to all my guests for coming on another episode of Zooming with the Homies. Super excited to have you guys here. I think it's first time is for everybody except for Blaq Ron. But Blaq Ron didn't get to say a lot the first time because Leslie was holding it down and giving us so much game, so many gems, and we didn't really want to interrupt too much. So he got to come to life at the end. But actually, Blaq Ron is froze right now. I don't know what the hell's going on, but he looks like a
Yeah, bro.
who
He
just
went
dropped
with
an
the
anvil on his foot.
He
I
went
thought that was a screensaver.
Yeah.
Ah! I thought that was him.
Hey, Tyree.
He just dropped the anvil on his foot. He was like, oh. You back, Ron?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, cool.
Every time I try to
first
say hello to Meg, my shit freeze up. I was trying to talk to Meg all these times. What's up, Meg? How you doing?
What's up,
I heard
Blaq
you,
Ron?
I heard you lived in Dallas for a little while, so you know what I'm saying, just on some Oak Cliff shit. What's up with it?
What's up? You know, I know about Big T's. What's up?
What's up? Well, I think that's a
What up,
perfect
Tyree?
place to start. Shout out to Meg Scoop, first off. My sister in arms, man. Meg held it down in all deaf digital like nobody could. When I tell you, Meg should have been like the captain of the ship, because she will make sure everything gets done, paperwork, emails go out, calls get made. She holds it down like nobody, to the point where a lot of the heads of channels were afraid of Meg because, one, she's gonna be right. Even when she's wrong, she's gonna be right. And then two, she's gonna call you on your shit when you're not right. But most importantly, it's not for anything. It's not for
Her
nothing.
reassuring you is hilarious.
Yes, it's really just to make sure that you're being the best person that you could be. So Meg holds people to a higher standard, and we definitely appreciate it. So my sister from the that's fair. I'm about yes, queen. All right, that's enough. Trying to do a damn show here, okay? But shout out to Meg, my co-host, my sister, watched my daughter for me, held it down for me, and I couldn't see working in a professional capacity without her in my life. Shout out to Meg Scoop. Thank you, Meg.
That's a heartwarming intro,
Thanks,
too.
Tahir. Thank you.
When they watch
And you didn't tell them how I helped you get on Insecure.
Oh yeah. So
Oh my God.
So the day I auditioned,
That's another story.
The day I auditioned for Insecure, I got the audition the same day, and I actually had to work that day. And Meg, after we shot the drop, she spent 3.5 hours with me, helping me go over my lines, getting me comfortable with it. And at the time, All Deaf was in Culver City, and I was going to the Sony studio, and I went to the Sony lot, killed it, and it was all thanks to Meg, because I wouldn't have anybody to work with outside of her. So shout out to Meg for helping me get that.
Black women stay helping us win.
Real quick, Ron. Hey, Tahir, your shit was dope on Insecure. I didn't know, Ron, when I saw your part, I was like, my nigga.
Hey, I was doing God's work, brother. I was doing God's work.
I see.
Let me tell you something. Here's the thing. I did 2 seasons, 4 episodes, 2 seasons, 4 episodes of Insecure, right? And I would have killed for Ron's part. You understand?
Bro.
Killed for it. Because here's the most important thing about Ron's part is like they allowed him to be him. When you get somebody a part and you allow them the creative space to be them, and I'm not dogging the show or anything like that, because I know they have a vision for everything and there's a reason for everything, but like to have a role where you can be yourself, because I had that role on Brooklyn Nine-Nine where I could be myself, but Insecure was the role that I wanted to do it on. But Ron, your role, Kelly,
hey, they let me go
the table.
I kept my ad libs too. I was like, that's a
that's good.
That's a rap.
That was cool. I was like, okay, look at him with the joke.
They let me keep it too.
Come on, he's.
Well, I think that's a great segue into our next guest. We have Ron G. We have actor, creator, producer, writer,
Emmy Award winner.
Emmy Award. That's what I was going to next.
Okay, all right.
Emmy Award winner. Member of I almost said the wrong one.
Don't do that.
Shit. Why can't I keep going to Zeta?
Pisces.
You're not good with words, Tahir.
Baptist.
Phi
I'm a
Phi
Baptist.
Beta Sigma.
Phi Beta Sigma. That's what it is. Member of Phi Beta Sigma, and just all around amazing guy, man. Ron and I were always cool, but we always saw each other in passing. So a lot of comics, we have that type of relationship. So it's good energy, but you don't have like the anchored friendship.
Right.
And I thought that it was like that for a while, but again, we're cool. We just haven't had to sit down sit down and really have a real conversation. And then a couple times we did, and but you still don't know. I never wanted to overextend my reach, and so I was trying to get on the show that he was hosting, Chocolate Sundays, at the world famous Laugh Factory.
By the way, I said call me, and I said I'll get you on. I'll take care of you. I've always said.
So but I didn't go to him. I went to
Michelle,
the owner's girlfriend at the Comedy Union, which was my home club. Yeah. And I was like, I'm trying to get on there because I'm trying to get my face in front of more crowds and all that type of stuff. And so Frankie hit Ron up. He's like, yo, Tahir's trying to get on at the Laugh Factory. Could you help him? Ron called me with so much father figure in his voice. Like, nigga, why don't you just call me? We're friends in real life. You're actually my friend. You should call me. I was like, I'm sorry. I felt like a kid. I had just been chastised. Like, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to.
Now, you know good and well you should have called me.
But here's the thing. Like, when you're a host of a night
all around when you could have came right to me.
I know.
I'm trying to throw it in your face later when you get on.
Ryan, you know this. When you're a host of something and there's a booker, you have so many people that will bypass the booker and try to come straight to you to get direct access. And
every new comic in LA be like, hey man, we need to hang out. We need to get up. Hey, we need to shoot some videos. Like, you ain't trying to be my friend. Knock it off. Don't do that.
And so I never wanted to
get to it. What you want?
I never wanted to bombard Ron because I knew so many niggas be at the when I tell you, people be at the stage around the Laugh Factory, like on Chocolate Sundays, just like, man, I just need a little taste of that stage, man. That crowd, right? Let me just get a little taste of it. And I never wanted to be one of those people. So
you're also in the trenches.
You're also in the trenches.
You told me after, Meg. This is after we had the conversation.
And I said you in the trenches with me, so I never judge you, man. A lot of cats, all they do is hang out. All they do is hang out and show their face at the comedy club, but I never see them go up. I said, you one of the cats, we in the trenches, tagging up each other jokes and going on stage. So I never judge your hustle. But if you ain't on that stage and you sitting in the audience, talking about put me on, let's get up, let me get your number. Don't be a consumer. LA is full of consumers. Hey man. let me
Bro, remember when you cussed me out? Remember you like, what are you doing sitting in the audience? Get up. Get your ass up.
I was so mad, bro.
If you don't go upstairs, where the fucking go.
Hey, he in the front row. Looking like a fan. Right?
He's in there clapping.
Hey, he got good posture and everything. His posture is great. He's sitting in the front.
We had ordered 2 drinks.
Ass upstairs where the real comics go.
Hey, Tahir, he eating popcorn. They don't even sell popcorn. He like this. Where you get popcorn from? You got nachos.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, all of those accolades, and also let me add, very good friend, husband to a black woman, because people come out to LA and they switched it up. Ron makes it known when he's on stage. He makes it known, hey, I'm married to a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of his queen. I love his family roots and how high in regards he holds them. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Ron G in the house. Make some noise.
Appreciate you. Thank you, bro. Amazing intro. And I got you on Insecure. I gave you gas money to go to the audition for Insecure.
You too?
Okay, Nick, you're coming. Why are you? Remember, I did this too. Remember, you're coming. You're in the car with me. What are you? We're going up.
One of the things I love most about Farron, for those that don't know, Farron constantly makes me laugh. That's how I knew it was gonna work, even in college, was because she always made me laugh. And she has this thing, and now the kid has picked it up, where they make up their own words, or they put. She's super intelligent, but she puts words together that in sentences that shouldn't go, and it just makes me laugh uncontrollably. And the only other person that I've met that has ever done that and make me laugh so ridiculously is Tyrhee Spivey, great comedian, actor, writer, songwriter, producer, barber, father, or in the streets.
Or in the streets.
He out here in the trenches with these whores. But man, just a great guy and an amazing
raw dogger, writer. Like what?
Raw dogger and writer.
Raw dog, writing
sushi gang,
organic.
But here's the thing, I got a story about everybody. So Tyrhee, this is the type of barber that Tyrhee was. Tyrhee would tell me what time to come to the barbershop, right? I get to the barbershop because I'm very prompt, right? I get to the barbershop 10, 15 minutes before, because I'm going to walk in, talk shit to everybody. Hey, what up, boy? Hey, I ain't see you last time since I dropped your mama off. I'm that guy at the barbershop, right? So I come in, I talk to everybody at the barbershop. I'm there 15 minutes before my appointment. I don't get in the chair until maybe 20, 30 minutes after, okay? If I'm supposed to be there at 2 o'clock, I'm in the chair at 2:20, 2:30, all right? That's the best I can hope for. Now, here's the thing. If I happen to get there at 2:01, Tyree, my nigga, why do we make appointments? Why do we make appointments? Why are we gonna make appointments? You just gonna come when you want to come. Now keep in mind, it's somebody still in the seat, right? They still in the seat, but he just uses that to amplify that 1 minute. That's the type of person Tyree is. He's
The
still gonna
appointment
come
is a
ahead.
suggestion.
I could have
The
got
appointment is a suggestion.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get there by 2 o'clock. Would be nice.
around that time. It'll be cool. I got you.
But when I tell you, just one of the most positive brothers and like just good energy. Tyree, low key, has put a lot of people on when it comes to like social media, man. Like a lot of people saw him blow up, and they went to him for advice for everything, man. And he gave it to him willingly, and he wasn't one of those people like, nah, I ain't like shun somebody or turn them down. He really gave him free game. So shout out to Tyrhee Spivey, ladies and gentlemen. Drink less.
Hey, brother Spivey.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. You made
Jackie, text your homegirl and tell her to pull up. I sent her the link earlier today. I emailed it to her, and I just hit on Instagram and told her that we live, but she hasn't responded yet. So please let her know.
He live, baby.
Next up, we have comedian and writer, Black prophet, activist, all of that, and intellectual, to say the very least. He was on here last week with Leslie Jones and dropped a lot of jewels, and a lot of people hit me in my inbox like, yo, you got to have Bruh back. We want to hear more of it. Actually, my guy, Sister Kelby in St. Louis, was like, yo, everybody was funny, but I want to hear more what Ron was talking about. He was really talking that lick, and I want to hear more about it. So
nice.
Back for the second week in a row, ladies and gentlemen. This time he's going to get a nice amount of time to spit his shit. Blaq Ron is in the building. Thank you so much for coming back, sir. How are you?
And I also helped you get on Insecure. People don't know that I'm the one that prayed with you while you were waiting to see whether or not you had got the role. So
it takes a village.
You prayed with me. Ron gave me gas money. Tyrese cashed at me money so I could actually buy a printer to print out the script. And Meg went over the script with me. So I'm so thankful for all of you guys to get that role right there. Thank you so much.
Because when you win, we all win.
As long as one of us got it, some of us got it. You understand me?
Exactly.
I need more phrases like that. That was wrong. When one of us got it, some of us got it. Can't call it if you don't have it. All you need is one. Each one teach one, baby.
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one, cuz.
Hey, listen, if you know all of those, you done got your breaks done in somebody's front yard before. If you know any one of those.
Under the tree.
You're so ready.
You miss your water till your well run dry. Huh?
Ooh,
every black man over 30 got at least 5 niggerisms that he can drop off. I'm talking about anywhere, and they fit any situation.
Hell yeah. Well, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I don't put this behind a paywall because I want everybody to soak it up. A lot of times they come on here and tell great stories, drop a lot of gems, and all I ask is if you got a little something you can bless them with, go ahead and take care of my guests, take care of them first. And I definitely would appreciate it. So at this time, if you can change your name to your Cash App, go ahead and do that. If you need help, I can go ahead and do it for you, but just let me know. And make sure the people take care of you guys while you're here.
So here you are such a teacher. You be like, everybody take your pencils out. If you need a pencil, raise your hand.
I come from a family of teachers, and I was a teacher for 3 years. I taught 7th grade science for 3 years.
When you hit us with that, hey guys, it's about to be informational. You hear me? Hey guys, listen guys.
If you can hear my voice clap once, if you hear my voice clap twice,
listen guys.
Here come this motherfucker and flip the light switch 5 times. Flip. All eyes on me. I go on me.
Put on your thinking caps. Guys, put on your thinking caps.
So I officially knew I was an old nigga when I told my daughter to sit down on the floor Indian style, and she was like, "What's that?"
Wait, they don't do that anymore?
No, it's called crisscross applesauce now.
Yeah,
I
figured it was
Indian style is technically disrespectful to Native Americans.
It is very disrespectful.
They're getting rid of everything. So what do you do cursive now? They don't do cursive anymore either. So no cursive, no Indian style. What they call it?
When were we really using cursive?
When you write a check.
Back when we had letters,
we were
writing, when you sign shit. Now everything is put your thumbprint right there.
Right. True. Let me scan your eyeball.
You
don't write checks no more? You don't write a check for nothing?
I write in all caps.
Rarely.
I never really wrote in cursive. Even when I learned to write in cursive, I still wrote in all caps because I never liked my handwriting. My penmanship wasn't like as flowy as I hope. So I started writing in all caps in like middle school and just stuck with
all his essays. He yelling like a motherfucker in all his essays.
Martin Luther King was an awesome man. He did.
Hey, Tahir.
That's what it looked like.
Tahir, you talking cap locks too.
Cap lock. See how old you are, Ron G? You talking
lock.
caps lock.
Talking cap lock, all uppercase.
You're the only one with the headphones on, Ron. That's why. That's why I said like that.
Where are you at? Things, man. What is that in the back? What is this? What is?
That's a virtual background.
That nigga is in a model living room.
Oh man, you want
He's at IKEA. He's doing the whole thing from IKEA right now.
It's the virtual coffee shop, is what it is, people. Black owned. It's black owned, but it's virtual.
I see.
We can't even own our dreams. Ain't that some shit? That nigga
It's a Black Dream app.
Somebody else's dream.
It's a Black Dream app. Whatever your dreams is, they can put it on the screen. Might take a while.
Oh man!
Wow.
Hey, I'm about to own a strip club too. You see that? That's in my head. It's virtual right here. You see that?
I don't think I would ever want to own a strip club.
That dude look like the low. That dude look like the low budget version of Truth. Like they say, this is a small bro town.
Ryan, are you still out? You still out in the South or what?
No, I'm in LA, man. I've been back for a while. I was only in the South for like a week and some change, man. Go see my family. That ride was incredible.
Yeah, you drove out there.
Me and my wife drove, man. Look, if you
where?
From LA. We drove from LA to South Carolina to see my folks, man. My mom usually come in May, but we knew she wouldn't be able to come, so we drove across country, man. So if you want to find out if somebody really with you, man, hey, road trip during quarantine. Because one, you see all them dietary restrictions. You can't be in the middle of Oklahoma talking about you want some couscous. Like, nigga, that don't work out there. Y'all don't have any couscous out here in Oklahoma? Nah.
Right.
They think you gay if you ask for turkey bacon in the South.
Yeah.
That's organic.
What kind of bacon? Oh, you done gone out to LA and let them folks trick your mind up. Like, no,
they done put their hands on you, didn't
real. High blood pressure pill and
turkey bacon. I knew you like both.
Hey,
like, what?
Hey, down south, whenever you do something non-traditional, your family look at you like you just came out the closet.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
you be like, oh no, fam, I want orange juice with pup in it.
Hey, but I will say this,
since
man.
he moved to LA.
Getting there, it took 2 days to get there, man. We actually slept in the car, honestly, because I didn't trust the hotels and how clean they are or whatever. So me and my wife slept in the car. I only slept for 2 hours, but I wanted my wife to sleep comfortably. But it's funny, like how scary you are when you sleep in the car. You hear, like, your hearing gets so good when you're scared.
Oh boy!
So you recline the seat like this, you start hearing. You can hear people burp and you can hear people click on their blinkers, everything.
When I graduated high school, because I was staying with my cousin up until that point, but then we kind of grew apart, just different lives and stuff like that. So I was waiting for my apartment to get ready, my first apartment to get ready, and I had to sleep in my car for like almost a week. Mm-hmm. And I'm in St. Louis, and there ain't really no good spots to like sleep in your car in St. Louis. So I was working.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is there no good spots?
Because
it's not safe.
Because shots ring out.
Yeah, you can get robbed anywhere. They see you in your car. Oh, you call lacking immediately. So I slept on the White.
Ain't no churches in St. Louis. You can't sleep in the church parking lot or nothing.
Let me tell you something. Unless they have
a deacon gonna rob you.
Unless they have a service 24/7. I would not suggest it at all. Absolutely not. And the good churches where you can sleep at, they got the gates up and it's locked, so you can't get on that parking lot at the night.
They won't let you in another parking lot.
Yeah, I slept on the White Castle's parking lot. I slept right at where I worked at, and yeah, that was my thing. And
you slept in the drive-through?
Yeah. Wake up and go get breakfast through the drive-through.
Let me get a number 2
before I clock in real quick.
Come up off your break to here. Come back inside.
Man, listen. It was horrible, but I mean, I feel you, Ryan, because like anytime I heard brakes squeaking or anything will wake you up when you're sleeping in your car, man.
Them loud little bugs that be rubbing their legs together in the country. You hear all that.
You were sleeping at the red
crickets
on the side of the road.
Nah, not crickets. It's something else in the South. You know what I'm talking about? When you wake up in the morning, it's a real loud screaming noise.
Praying mantis?
No.
Cicadas.
I don't know the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about.
There we go. Your country ass. Hell yeah. Yeah.
They be loud, bro. What is that loud noise?
Hey, Tyree, you got one more country here. You got one more country.
Wait, Tyree, where are you from?
This nigga froze up.
He's from Teddy Riley'sville.
Like
Wait, where are you from?
Hey, Blaq Ron, you gotta put the hat on. Hold on. You gotta put the hat on.
Brooklyn?
Is it frozen? Is it good?
Nah, you good now. She said, where you from?
Oh, I'm I'm mainly from Oceanside, but I was born.
Oh, Tyree, come on, man.
He trying to say it in the most gangster way possible. This nigga's from good neighborhood LA.
What the fuck? Don't nobody know what Oceanside or San Diego is.
Hey, Tyree, I have a question, brother. Do you have plastic on your lamp cover?
Yep.
Like old people? You got
had that lamp.
You got a condom on your lamp cover?
Took it out the wrapper, yeah.
You got a condom on your lamp cover. My
this nigga has changed light bulb 7 times. Never took the wrapper off the goddamn lamp.
And the light bulb never burnt the plastic
with that lamp. It never took the dust cover off the lamp.
I've actually had this since high school. Y'all judging, but
you're trying to preserve it. It's a condom
it's
preserver.
Listen, that lamp is a family heirloom. It's been passed down from nephew to nephew.
Right.
Never a father, because nobody would be that disrespectful. But
all the Spivey men have had this lamp in our living room.
Hey, Tahir, you know Tyree got a china cabinet too.
That nigga got an etagere.
With all paper cups in that bitch too. Yeah.
He got a china cabinet and a lamp with a condom on it.
I want you to take that plastic off that damn lamp.
That nigga got a dust ruffle on his bed.
Tonight.
No, I had it for a skip. You know what? All right. I didn't take it off for, you know what? All right. So I can just get
How many chicks have came to give you some coochie and saw that basic ass lamp right there by that door? Like, you know what?
No, I
gotta go get my kid.
Got that from Lamps Warehouse.
He wondered, like, what did I do wrong? It was the lamp.
Listen, they told him in the car that their phone just died, and they got in, saw the lamp, was like, "Oh, my son just called. I got it. I'm on my way. Bye."
Hey, while you bullshitting, lamps let me know that a woman is grown. Don't nothing turn me on like lamps in a living room, nigga. In order to have lamps, you gotta have end tables. In order to have end tables, you gotta have matching furniture.
That's not always the case in LA.
That's not in LA though.
LA will have a whole living room, dining room with no hanging lights. So you have to have lamps. That's the only way that flip of the switch is gonna work. They don't have nothing.
To here. In St. Louis, do y'all apartments come with appliances? Because in LA, you don't get nothing. But in the South, you get washer, dryer, fridge.
Everything.
Yes.
What is it?
Some apartments be all bills paid.
Yeah. Right. Everything inclusive. Out in LA, you pay for everything. In St. Louis, it came with the stove and the refrigerator. Now this one came with the stove.
Dishwasher too.
Yeah. This one came with the stove and the oven. It didn't have because it's separate. It's the
separately
stove and the oven built into the wall type thing in this one. But it didn't have a refrigerator. But
I stove built into the wall.
It's built into like the cabinetry.
A countertop range, and then you got a built-in oven.
Yes.
Oh, with the pull down thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yep.
Look on the other side of that fake room that you in. It's over there in the fake kitchen.
They didn't have a refrigerator, Ron, but I was like, well, I guess I'll keep looking. And she was like, well, I mean, if you're going to be here for a while, I was like, well, I could be here for a while and I can pay 6 months in advance. She was like, well, we can get you a refrigerator. I didn't know that's what you wanted. I didn't know that a refrigerator.
You just assume?
Yeah.
No, they take all the appliances out when a nigga move out. If you want the appliances, that's $100 more on your rent.
You know what? I've lived in so many cities, and I never knew about that until I moved to LA. And I was like, why don't we have refrigerators in here? Like, did somebody steal it? And then I found out it's because that's what people do in LA. And I was like, we don't do that in Atlanta, at least.
I didn't have a refrigerator for 7
years. Who steal refrigerators?
Right.
And how do you steal it? You can't put that in a Prius?
Listen, in St. Louis.
Are you in the back of an Uber? You waiting on an Uber because you got a fridge?
In St. Louis, the last thing they had to put in is the copper pipes because they were building new like subdivisions rather, and people were breaking in these houses and stealing that copper out so fast.
Yeah, I remember in 05.
So you get robbed at a church.
The new gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
And y'all stealing copper in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get robbed at a church. My God.
I remember that. They was doing
that. He said there's nowhere safe to sleep outside. It ain't even safe to be homeless in St. Louis. Ain't that something?
It's not.
Well, you go to any mega ministry in the South, the air conditioner got a fucking gate around it.
Yep.
With razor wire to protect the fucking copper.
That's true.
That is Jesus's copper. You will not steal it again.
They will try. They will absolutely
silver and gold have I none, but copper we got a lot of, and you ain't gonna take it.
Listen, And when I always working at first job I had was working at the junkyard with my uncles and my granddad, and that's the first thing you learn.
That sounds right.
Bro,
that sounds exactly like what you did to here.
Picking up cans,
I believe that, like
picking up cans, stripping cars of aluminum.
Junkyard or chop shop?
No, a junkyard.
No,
a junkyard.
No, a salvage yard. Nigga. Salvage yard.
Absolutely, just like that. That was my first job.
You've been old forever.
Man,
yeah,
born old. That is Tahir Button.
Literally born at a junkyard, nigga. That's grown.
Listen, as a kid, if you wanted to make money, you had to go with my granddad and my uncles to the salvage yard and help them pick up the cans, help them strip the cars of that aluminum. We break down alternators, get the copper wiring off of the alternator, unravel that shit, ball it up in the ball.
And you was born an uncle.
It was a big blue barrel.
You're gonna cut yourself on something that might possibly kill you.
Oh, you definitely gonna get it. I've had 6 staph infections. Absolutely. All before the age of 11. Oh yeah.
That's why grown men have hard hands. Inside them calluses is corona, hepatitis, staph, a little HIV under each fingernail. They got herpes right by their wrist, nigga. Grown man hands. Nigga, they got open coronas with no bottle opener. Nigga, they just.
Ron G has a question. And then
what's the difference between a regular infection and a staph infection? What's the difference? When
you're an employee, you're a staff member. And if you get sick, that's a staph infection.
Shut up, man.
I think that's wrong. I don't know what the actual answer is, but that was
staph infection wrong, right? Is short for staphylococcus.
I guarantee Meg knows what's the difference.
No, I'm going to tell you the truth right now. A regular infection means it has bacteria in it. A staph infection means it has the particular strain Staphylococcus, which can get into your body, and it's also medically resistant most of the time. And if you have the medically resistant Staphylococcus, then that's called MRSA, which means you have to go to the hospital and get put on invasive antibiotics.
Are you serious?
I'm dead ass serious.
I thought you was joking.
I thought you was joking. He was joking. And then he was like, nigga, let me. All right.
Like, when I tell you, listen,
you said Mercer
College.
Blaq
Ron is a wealth of knowledge. It is no exaggeration.
Blaq Ron, you are a genius. I love you, black man.
But he said Mercer College in your fingers.
Wait, do you how do you know this?
Like how?
Because he's had it.
I'm that nigga that'll get $6 million on Jeopardy and then risk it all on the last question and miss.
I literally just blew $1,000 win on Clayton Thomas' new game show. Clayton Thomas had a new game show called Would You Rather, and I got to the end, and you had to pick between 2 bags, and I picked the bag that said I had to call my ex and say it was my fault, and the other bag literally had $1,000. I'm not good at that.
Nah. I love game shows.
I blew $50,000 on Snoop's game show. Joker's Wild. I was so close. Blew $50,000 on that, and just lost another $1,000 on Saturday. So I mean, it just is what it is. But
so you about 60,000 in the hole.
We have a new guest in the house. She just pulled up. She thought our show was tomorrow, but nah, you did not. You on the main screen.
And you know what? I'm so used to dealing with black people and having receipts. I'm looking at the email. It says Tuesday on it because I have to put everything in my calendar because I'm working from home so much. I can't miss a beat. So fortunately, Jackie Fabulous did text me, and I got straight off of a call, switched my wig because I had a conservative wig. I put my dad wig on for you guys, but nonetheless, I'm here.
I am so sorry because I thought
the virtual wig
for tonight. I must have put it for Monday in my planner. I had it written down in my planner. And you're right. I did say, does Tuesday night work for you? That is my bad. I apologize.
Brother, listen, it's all good. As long as I'm here, we can move forward. I'm just happy to be here. I'm glad.
I want to make sure I'm saying your name right. Is it Yamaneika?
Yes, Yamaneika.
Cool.
Hey, Yami.
Hi,
what's up, baby?
How are you?
Hey, in the live chat, it says she pulled receipts on them.
Yeah, she did. She's like, nah, motherfucker, because it clearly said.
Wait.
You know what? My bad.
I think she's right. It did say Monday on there, but on here on my Monday, I mean not Tuesday on there, but on my Monday, I have her down for this. That's an error on my part.
That's
and
okay.
Tahir, you know you're grown when you point with your middle finger. You was like on Tuesday right here.
This one had alcohol on it, and I didn't want to waste the alcohol. I was going to
uncle nigga. He said on Monday right here, but Tuesday was right here with the middle finger.
See, on there, what no there, but on real, it's on there.
Yeah. So we've moved on. We're gonna start a new thing, you and I, Black women and Black men, moving forward past our pain and not reliving the past.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for joining us. Yamaneika, I'm not familiar with other than seeing her stuff online, but she came highly recommended by Jackie Fabulous, and by highly recommended.
Let me run her credits
Jackie
now.
Fabulous said, "Hey, put my girl on." And she hit me up and say, "Hey, Jackie."
Blaq Ron got all the facts.
I say,
on
well,
people and things.
There it is.
And viruses.
Let me run her credits down.
Go ahead, brother. Let me
know. Contributor, correspondent, and writer for the Meredith Vieira Show. She was also featured on Netflix, The Degenerates. She's also on Laugh Mob Laugh Track Season 2 with your boy. That is my motherfucking homegirl from the South, raised by her granny, now living in New York City. She likes to fuck young white men that got their finances together.
That's
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just fucking with it. But
you're not gonna put me out here like that in these Black Matters times. Black
you know how to throw you under the bus like I
hey, I saw him reading your credits off his glasses. The reflection had all your credits on it. I was like, that's not on the credits. I'm reading them as he's saying them.
We all got to start somewhere. So maybe a few young white men have made it through. But, listen, everybody here is talented. Everybody here is funny. We may not have met each other before, but everybody has to start at a place where they meet. And this is where we're meeting now. So
that is.
I've been in comedy a long time. Sometimes in this industry, we don't always get to connect with one another. Sometimes we get grouped off into being in, we in LA or we in New York, we mainstream or we urban, we this, we that. But it's a lot of us that need to take this time and really get together across the board, because there are so many talented people and so many different facets of this community, and we should know each other.
Absolutely.
Can we show homage to the Zoom wig, Yamaneika? That wig is amazing, girl. You're doing your thing.
Thank you.
The Zoom wig.
I love this wig, actually.
It's like the Harlem version of Harley Quinn.
I love it. Oh, Yamaneika, change your Cash App. People are asking for your Cash App.
Oh, Cash App. See, this is where I become real white, because I have Venmo. But
East Coast, West Coast. West Coast, we do Venmo.
Cash
App is Atlanta.
I don't have Cash App because
Okay, I'll change it to your Venmo. What's your Venmo?
It's just at Yamaneika. I mean, YAMANEIKA. You could also come to my house if you're in Harlem and just drop the cash off at my door.
Yeah. That's deep.
Okay, I got it Venmo only at Yamaneika. I got you.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
For sure. Well, Yamaneika,
otherwise I have to sell it to her.
Fill us in. What have you been keeping busy with?
Well, I have been taping TBS's new, I guess, trying to figure out what we're doing in the meantime, in between time show, Tournament of Laughs. So that's
super dope.
Yeah, tape that in the house, and I'm really a creative, and I'm proud of myself because I am so much of a creative. I can be in a writer's room, I can be, write sets and all that, but when it comes to the technical stuff, I completely draw a blank. I was so intimidated by it, but I've had to tape something for BT as well as a few publications that are now going online to have visual content, and I'm just proud of myself that I've learned so much about capture cards and streaming and Ethernet and connecting the tubes. I feel like such a guy. Like, I don't need a nigga for nothing now.
Hey.
Dial back that energy.
She plugged up 6 wires and now all of a sudden she don't need no nigga for
Did you say dial like the energy?
You should dial it back. You at a 10. We need you at a 2. That was
yeah.
It's just Juneteenth. I don't need a nigga. Juneteenth was
for the culture.
Like,
for the
back. And she got close to the screen. I saw your pores when you said it too.
I'm proud of myself. I mean, I think this time has really taught me, and it should have taught other people. If you really look at how resilient we have been, nobody knew what was happening. Nobody knew what we would be able to do. It was so intimidating when we first started. How were we going to do comedy and connect with people? And we've just found our way. I'm just so happy to see so many people finding their way to connect with their audience, still keep comedy going, especially in this time where we're protesting, we have pandemics, the world is against each other. We got to keep this communication of comedy open for people. So I'm just happy that we're doing that.
I'm glad that you're keeping busy, and I'm glad that you have been forced to learn and gather those new tools because
like, I plug the red and the red and the white and the white and the yellow and the yellow, and I don't need a nigga for shit now.
Right.
My hair match my wall. I don't need a nigga for.
Somebody said, what is Blaq Ron eating? I'm eating assorted smoked meats left over from my Juneteenth / Father's Day barbecue endeavors. I got some smoked duck on my plate. Meats? I got some beef sausage and some leftover burgers. Some shit that I had barbecued over the weekend.
You don't have no vegetables on that plate?
Like, nah.
Like
I'm drinking bourbon. That's corn. So
and corn ain't even a real vegetable. That's a starch at best.
Nigga, corn is a robot. Corn come in your body, chew. I don't know about everybody else. I chew my corn. I'll just be throwing whole kernels down my damn throat like I'm no bird. Corn get in your stomach, unchew itself, put itself back together, throw his yellow jacket back on, and slide out your ass unscathed. Corn is a fucking gangster, nigga.
Unscathed.
Skittles too. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Skittles come back.
It still got the S on it. That's
Melts in your mouth, not in your colon.
Tyree, what you been up to since you got out?
Since what? Since I've been what?
Since you got out.
Got out of what?
Jail. I didn't want to say. Yeah.
Lamps Plus, the place you got the shade from. I'm just playing. Quarantine, bro.
A halfway house.
Are we out of quarantine?
No, I was talking about jail, but go ahead. What you been up to?
Shut up.
He said, shut up.
Shut up. Don't put my business out there. Shut up.
I'm saying, I'm a convicted felon, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really be out there like that, you know.
Right. Right.
I didn't even know failure to pay child support was a felony.
I think it is though, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's a misdemeanor.
It's a misdemeanor? Okay.
My uncle went to jail. Felony.
It's a Class B misdemeanor and it carries 180 days jail time.
You got all the facts on everything.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying. I hope you didn't get no Father's Day gift yesterday. The way you know them facts about child support payments being lapsed.
Hey, when you stay in trouble, you're a certified paralegal. This nigga is a paralegal. Oh, that's gonna give you two.
What's that law company? Man?
That's gonna give you two.
Prepaid legal. That's
Sweet
a
James.
Prepaid legal.
He's a Black Sweet
for
James.
6 years, and now he's an expert.
He's the Black Sweet James. You ever see the billboards?
Did anybody have prepaid legal? I had that. It was the biggest.
I had it.
Oh my
God! I
was like, wait a minute, ain't y'all supposed to be my legal representation?
Wait.
Hey, my cousin sold that shit for so long.
Huh?
Did you have it, or were you like a salesman for prepaid legal?
I had it. Like all my friends.
If you have it, then you are a salesman, nigga. That's how pyramid schemes work.
That's what I thought. Because you can walk.
But I didn't want to sell it.
Get people in and shit.
Yeah. If you want to stop paying for your membership, just bring 5 of your friends. Head ass.
I used to hate those fucking secret meetings and shit. Like, what is?
Hey, prepaid legal walks.
I would hate when people would
run.
ask you what you doing, like they finna invite you over for a real function at their crib, and when you get there, they selling shit. Like, nigga, I thought this was game night, nigga. I don't give a damn. You over here selling light bill.
Herbalife. I got tricked by 4 different people with Herbalife. Like, yo, you want to come work out with me? Yeah, I do it. Yeah, go Saturday morning. We work out for an hour. They're like, all right, we're gonna hit upstairs. Like, oh. There's another workout part up there. Go upstairs, the chairs, all the folding chairs out. They got the pre-made shakes out. And like, yeah, man, you too can make $1,000 a week selling Herbalife.
Here.
Yeah, man.
You gotta stay away
Fuck how healthy it is.
You gotta
want to make some money.
You gotta stay away from any nigga in LA with a gallon of water in his hand. They're gonna invite you to a meeting. They got that gallon of water in their hand.
Y'all remember when everybody was selling noni juice?
We were selling Cutco knives. That was my first hustle right out of high school.
Cutco and Vector. Cutco and Vector knives were both, they were both.
You had to buy that kit and you had to try to sell. The big sell was that they could cut a penny, right? And the knives and all that shit used to last forever. And I remember I went to a family reunion because I didn't really know, I didn't have a network. I was just out of high school. And I went to a family reunion. Nobody sat down and listened to me at all, except one of my great uncles. And he said,
cut the penny again.
He said, you come down here and show me about this penny. And after I did the whole presentation, I did all these bells and whistles. I said, you ready to, make a purchase? And he said, nah. So, I had to get in and out of the game that day. And I still owe them the $200 for the kit. I never paid them.
That's
I disappeared.
And you 17 cents in the hole.
Hey, Hey, you know, Cutco is the niggas that invented that set it and forget it.
What is
What's
that?
that?
Yeah, that Ron Showtime microwave grid. That's the same company. That's the same dude, Ron Popeil.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Blaq Ron, can we have a reading party, bro? Can we have a reading party? I just want to be what the fuck you on, bro.
Ron needs a
He
book
knows
club.
everything. He knows everything. You
I
just
want to be your friend.
Tyree, it's the strand he's smoking.
Oh.
Hey, no, what it is like I actually got a daddy that's like from a generation before everybody else's parents' generation.
Oh,
and
here
shit.
we go. Parents shaming.
Yeah, like my pops will be 69 this year. And he always said if they ever wanted a nigga not to know something, they put it in a book. So I was going around finding all the books I can to find what part held the nigga secrets in it. Like which part got the part they don't want us to know nothing in it. So consequently, you end up reading and retaining a lot of information.
I feel like Blaq Ron might know more stuff than me.
Hey, that's crazy because Meg knows. Meg is one of those people where if you get in an argument with her about something being right or wrong, you just shut down because you're pretty sure she know more than you do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, you don't know my mother's first name. She's like, I know your mother's first name. You be like, you might know it.
Hey, Meg, do you ever get into an argument and then just get quiet?
Oh yeah, all the time. But it's really
all right, Google that.
Now how can I make my point work?
Meg never gets quiet. Meg never gets quiet. Meg never backs down. Meg is built like a linebacker from the shoulders to the neck, and so she's not intimidated by most niggas.
Hey, time out. Y'all gonna quit coming from Meg's shoulders. Meg, you know, down south, you built just like how we like. We need a woman that can take a case of water up the stairs.
Let me tell y'all something. Meg looks close to the computer, but she is 17 feet away from it. If she was as close as we were, you would not be able to see her shoulders. If she was close as us, it would just look like this, okay? Because her shoulders are wide as outside. You understand?
As a long-shouldered person, I get triggered every time y'all talk about Meg's shoulders. They talked about my shoulders my whole life. They used to say shit like, Ron look like his hanger's still in his shirt. Shit like that. So like,
you know, and to be a woman, like when I buy shirts and like the arm part starts right here, I'd be like, wait, I got some more shoulder left.
Hey, Meg, you know why it's like that, right? Meg, you be turning niggas down. You're like, let me get your number. She's like,
listen, don't worry about them. They gonna love them shoulders. I got big ass shoulders too.
Hey, if Meg say she really don't know.
She like all day long. Yeah. Hey, what's your name? Let me get your number.
Because in the 90s, when the bankhead bounce was popular, I bet she was killing their ass.
Literally, nigga, she was committing armed and assault from the shoulders doing the bankhead bounce. That is a dangerous dance for her. You can't.
You know what? Shout out to all the women out there with broad shoulders. We holding our black kings up with these. Okay?
Long back.
Literally,
you got real Juneteenth with it. You got real Juneteenth.
I was about 20
real niggas down on these strong shoulders. These are the shoulders my ancestors stood on before I was. All right.
Zoom shoulders.
Hey, Blaq Ron, you got
I was about 25.
That nigga got so many random facts. That nigga be like, race car spelled the same forwards and backwards, and then walk off. Nigga got all
the damn show is. That's crazy.
Walk the fuck off. And just walk off. What do I do with that?
You know race car spelled the same either way you say it.
I didn't know race car was a palindrome. That's crazy.
He put his glasses up.
And he knows what it's called.
Yes.
Come on.
Come on, Rod. Come on, Rod. Hey, that boy, it ain't too much. And here's the thing. Here's the biggest conundrum about Ron. You see Ron outside. I met Ron probably like 3-4 years ago. We at the Dallas Stand Up for Diversity Showcase. Ron outside talking loud, country ass nigga, smoking a Newport and shit, telling niggas they ain't shit, and they
like smoking Newport.
Oh, that nigga smoking, and the hard pack too, and the short.
When you got to slap like this for 20 minutes before you start smoking.
Yep, absolutely.
Got a pack.
So I see him out there talking shit. You know, I don't know nobody really in Dallas, so I'm just keeping to myself and shit. And then you hold a conversation with him, you be like, this motherfucker is the reincarnated Malcolm X. This nigga knows everything. Like everything. But you would not. That's why you can't judge a book by its cover, because that cover might be a Newport smoking motherfucker, but the shit inside of it is a wealth of knowledge, man. I promise you that.
I'm the type of nigga that'll whoop your ass and then apply pressure to the wound until the ambulance.
Yes. Yeah.
Tyree, your face is hilarious, bro.
Somebody bring me a cold compress right quick. Elevate. Hold that part up.
Listen, yeah. I mean, I want to say this real quick about Ron. I had just done a show recently. I'm not gonna say where because it may not be appropriate. But I had this white.
Not appropriate. Like where? What's not appropriate for comedy?
Let me tell the story first.
You promise gonna come back? You gonna circle back?
Well, because I don't want to tear the club was fine. It was the act that was on there. He was horrible. He was this white guy, and he kept trying to do black material. It was just really weird.
I hate that.
And I had to call Ron. I was like, please, if there's any way that you could get here. And he saved it for me. I mean, it was so disastrous. The guy that went on, and Ron just came in, just to have somebody like that to come in a pinch and be smart and also be funny and all that stuff. That I just wanted to say that publicly. I really appreciated him for doing that. And then we went to this place and got ribs at this place where the guy had to make each rib meal one at a time. So we were there for 3 weeks waiting for.
It took us for fucking ever to get that food. Like how you be trying to support a black business. We went on Google and we was like, what black restaurant is open? And Yamaneika like, I'm in Dallas. I want some barbecue. Y'all be talking that shit about barbecue. Mind you, it's 10 o'clock at night. Everybody know ain't no barbecue spot.
Nah.
In New York, there's a barbecue spot open.
Hey, the good
ain't no reputable barbecue spot open past sundown.
No, the good ones run out of meat at 6 o'clock.
Right.
In order to go to a good barbecue spot, you got to go to a sketchy part of town, and they are shutting shit down when the sun go down.
Absolutely.
But nevertheless, we in the suburbs. We go to Arlington. We go all the way to like this nondescript ass barbecue spot in the corner of a shopping center. We go in there. This brother must not had no business all day. He was so happy to see us. Like he came from around the corner. He cut some music on. He started hugging everybody. He was like, I'm so glad y'all could make it. We was like, nigga, we didn't tell you we was coming. Before this. He said it like he was expecting us. Like y'all finally here.
The guy had a music video. He showed us the music video. And then remember, we did a music video for him. And he
did drops for him. Because we hadn't tasted the food yet. So we like, yeah, come on down to It Be Greasy Barbecue Company. I'm telling y'all, black-owned business. Look at this plate. Ooh, it got all kind of plate shit on it. So come on down. You see the address right here. Boy, I got off in the car and bit into that shit and was like, throw the whole car away. I'll throw my mouth away. Throw my appetite away. Throw the night away.
Hey, so y'all had time to do a whole commercial while you was waiting your food?
No, nigga, we sat there for 45 minutes. He came and sat down. He turned his chair around. He was like, yeah, so where y'all coming in from? New York City. That's nice. New York City. We like, well, where the food? Oh, it's back there. So listen, so y'all tell jokes. Okay, tell jokes. That's right. That's all.
He was the only person working too, but he out there talking.
This nigga cooked our food, made our plate. He kept coming back. Like he took our orders like he didn't know what was in the kitchen. What you gonna have? Brisket, macaroni and cheese, green. Ooh, the green, all right. And the baked bean, okay. That nigga go in the back, come back and say, I'm sorry, we ain't got no more macaroni and green. You knew that. You the only nigga here. You knew.
That's funny. So can we circle back? What was the name of the club? What was the spot? Y'all shouldn't have been
messy. You messy, Ron.
Oh, hey, she said we not supposed to be performing there.
He said we were in Dallas, so that you ain't gotta really.
We were at the Arlington Improv. I'll say that shit.
It wasn't about.
We were at the Arlington Improv.
It was about the act that was on beforehand and how difficult it was. I think sometimes, when they put, there's a black person headlining and then they'll put a white comic on, all of a sudden they feel like they got to be doing their best grits and shrimp and grits material, and. The audience that I have is not looking for that. They looking for people that's just going to talk to them. That's what it's about, not placate to them or talk down to them. It was crazy.
Placate,
it's a black show and I'm a white man. panda, panda, panda. Let me get on stage and panda, panda, panda to these people. I hate that shit, bro. White dudes come on stage doing this and shit, or they tell a joke that involve this and shit. That shit drive me.
And I hate when the audiences applaud for that and be like, oh, he got flavor. No, he don't. He got your freedom papers. Stop clapping for this nigga.
Bro,
freestyling
or dance for about a good 3 minutes before they start performing. Or do some poetry.
Right.
I'm like, man,
do some poetry,
rap.
I wish a nigga would get up there and start doing a poetry slam before he goes to his set. You will never get that audience back.
Bro, the amount of white comedians that come and freestyle at Chocolate Sundays, bro. I'm like, why are you freestyling right here, right now? Nobody came to hear you freestyle. Don't do that.
Bro, if you don't get your Darren Carter, Redbone, white comic from Comic View 96 ass on, god damn, we've seen you before.
Freestyling, shit. Bro, is disrespectful.
You might well come on stage and go.
A white comedian does that. Somebody does that now. I know somebody who do that right now.
Are you talking about the guy? I saw this guy when I went to LA. He went on stage and he talked about a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And the joke went on for like 20 minutes. It was just a sound. And
we talking about the same person.
Okay.
In the 90s, it was fire.
Why don't y'all talk to him?
Let me tell you something. Under the Clinton administration, it was amazing. But now, nigga, no.
I made the people in the comments upset with my Gary Owen comments, so I'll back off of that because Tahir is a very political comedian.
I'm not a very political comedian like that, not in that sense. I met Gary.
No, I mean it like you're a very diplomatic person. You know what I'm saying? You're very pragmatic.
Man, listen. The views expressed by my guests are their independent views. Okay, so I ain't gonna catch no heat for that shit. If somebody come to me about something somebody else saying, and they don't go to that person, you got a whole nother problem. Work out with yourself, brother. Okay, as simple as that. Don't come to me with no
palindrome, placate. This is a good show. I don't care what you say.
All right, so fuck it. I'll go ahead and say it then. I feel like
okay,
Gary Owen is to comedy what Gallagher is to stand up.
With Gallagher with the hammer and the fruit?
Yeah,
absolutely.
You mean
absolutely?
I don't think he's the best example of that. I know some other comedians.
Let me break down what I mean. You don't go to a Gallagher show expecting some great fucking jokes. You basically go to Gallagher and just wait for it to get on you. You go to a Gary Owen show and just wait for him to grab a black topic, grab out his hammer of white privilege, cultural misappropriation, smush it in front of everybody, and we all laugh at that.
Well, hold on. Let me say this. Let me say
pumpkin pie don't taste like sweet potato. Boom. Black people church takes so long. Boom.
This is why.
Here, please address the hammer of privilege. Please address the hammer of privilege. You gotta say something about the hammer of privilege.
I love that.
I bookmarked that.
Hammer of privilege. I think that's amazing. But I will say, I have gone to Gary when I've never gone to like a show on my own. I've been on like shows with him, and when we did the Tom Joyner cruise, I sat and watched the set. I laughed. I didn't feel like it was a forced laugh on my part. I laughed because there were certain parts that I thought was funny. Now he was no Sinbad. I'll say that. On the same tour, same cruise, Sinbad was there, and literally you could have set your watch by him. I'm talking about every 3 to 5 seconds, he's getting a roar of laughter. But I don't know if I can say it's like it's an outsider's view because he's married
Gary
to a
Owen
black
go
woman.
in front of a room full of white people and do his same act word for word and generate the same response.
I don't think so. I don't think he'll get the same response as he will. And this is what I would say. I feel like having a black wife for as long as he's had a black wife does give him a little privilege preview to our world. I won't say
nigga. No, let me give you some history. Gary Owen was doing that act before he met his wife. His wife was a booker at the fucking comedy union or Laugh Factory or something like that. His wife was a booker in comedy clubs in LA. He was already doing that act that he won the Bay Area Black at since the mid fucking 90s. Gary Owen came out of the military, never being around black folks before he got to the military, which is a testimony out of his own mouth. Even though he grew up in fucking Ohio, it ain't like he grew up in some place where there were no white folks or no black folks, but he did not immerse himself in black culture until he went to the military. He got out the military, started doing comedy, in fucking LA. Went and won the Bay Area Black off doing that same pandering, let me tap dance, white cooning. And then from that, got the fucking Comic View hosting position, got the Comic View showcase position and shit. That's how he inevitably met his wife, whom is Black. That shit ain't got nothing to do with the fact that that nigga has basically taken advantage of Black folks' need to sit back and be tickled for the last 25, 30 years.
That's also a hold on a second. Hello, Gary. That's really a commentary, right, on how we allow people to come into our space. I mean, it bothers me to no end because there's been a division that's been happening in comedy for so long that annoys me. Just even the idea that, you know, Black people are urban in comedy until we have determined or shown to them that we can be in these mainstream spaces, and it's so ridiculous. And then you see these sort of like Black mainstream comics who are sort of like, you know, doing their own modern day minstrel show or step and fetch and shit. So it happens across the board. And I think, you know, it's tough.
I'll say this. I'll add this too, sis.
Okay.
Because I believe there's a difference between a comic who dabbles in it versus a comic who stops by. Me in LA, most of Black people, we only get to perform on minority nights. Most young Black comedians in our class, we only get to perform on Taco Tuesdays,
Chocolate Sundays,
Knuckle Up Mondays,
Monday,
Throwdown Thursdays,
way back Wednesday.
You know what I'm saying? Fried Chicken Fridays. Like, that's the only time minorities get a chance to be in these mainstream rooms.
Right,
Sunday is such a dope spot. That's why I love that it's like the blackest but dopest show where everybody come to see us. It's almost like what the Comedy Act Theater was to Leimert Park. Leimert Park is a predominantly Black area in LA. Before it was Hollywood was integrated, all the Black talent performed at one place. So if white people wanted to come see us, they had to come to Leimert Park.
That's what Robin Harris hosted.
That moment. Right, but then when they gave us our own night, they stopped giving us these mainstream spots, knowing we make more money than any other night because we buying bottles, we buying tables, and we making way more money. But then there's a lot of white comics who want to do Sunday night, which it kind of bothers me. Not that they want to perform, but they only want to do it because they love the crowd. But they ain't committed to like being a part of, you know, our culture. Like they stop by, you know, most time they piss on the crowd doing the poetry freestyle stuff, you know, bringing guitars and stuff, and then people like us don't even get a chance to get a spot in their rooms at all. Like we can't just stop by and go over there and like just be seen unless we work the parking lot.
That's my beef.
Work the parking lot.
A nigga gotta make it
or
to
kiss
the
somebody's
top.
butt or be on a mainstream movie in order to even be seen one time. Like we don't get
who's responsible for, like when I started comedy in Los Angeles. I just happened to live in LA at the time, even though I'm from Maryland. And my first inkling was to get away from Los Angeles, to go back to the East, to go to New York, more so to hone the craft of doing stand-up and audience-wise in a more authentic space, because I think in Los Angeles, a lot of times crowds are looking to see who's about to be the next star, who is, you know,
it's charm. It's about charm. It ain't just about being funny.
So I was really interested. I got tired doing crowds like that, and I wanted to get back to people who are going to be like, you know, listen, bitch, you're going to have to, you know, jokes. We're not going to give you nobody's playing no games with you. And in the process of that, the road for me to get to where I was I saw that there was like, you know, you had urban nights and you had people, still the same thing you were describing here in Los Angeles was happening in New York. And somewhere over time, people started breaking in more into these mainstream rooms in New York, like the Cellar. At the time, it was Boston Comedy Club when I moved here, which is gone now, like a New York Comedy Club or whatever.
Boston Comedy Club, I remember that.
Yeah, that's real old school. And what I know that I have done since I've gotten into clubs like that, like I can perform past at the Cellar, I can perform at Caroline's, I can perform places like that, is I always say, listen, we could be putting these young cats on who are funny and have brown and chocolate skin. I'm very active in doing that. I'm very active in telling people, you don't have to stay over there and just be in that space. You can come over here, you can come sit at the table with me. I do that a lot. Do you think that is something that could happen in Los Angeles? Is that something that's missing? I haven't been in LA for a long time to do just stand up like that. But I know when I come, even with the credits I have, I got niggas looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, well, I can't. I got a Comedy Central half hour. I got a Netflix half hour. I got a comedy album. I've done the monologue with Jimmy Fallon like 4 or 5 times. How much shit do I have to tell you for me to get into a fucking room when you let this whack white nigga do it and he ain't even got nobody's credits nowhere? So is it about us not? Is that space missing where comics are getting mainstream in LA and not bringing people over that look like them, or is it just impossible?
We don't have that here. We don't. Here it's about charm and representation. If you're borderline charming and you're an actor who can kind of sort of entertain a crowd, like you can get a spot in LA, especially if you have good representation. And the problem is a lot of young Black comics, the nights that we perform, industry people don't come. They don't send a representative to come see us perform. So the only way you can literally get on and become a mainstream comic without going through, again, working the parking lot is getting good representation and doing a larger movie. Like you do a larger movie or a TV show, then you can be seen and you're considered the exceptional Black person. Because if you go look at their lineups on a non-Black night, it'll be all the exceptional Black people that we would all consider like the top of our class, or Black people who maybe have went around their people and only do white rooms, but have done a movie. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's why I'm really big on making sure my people get up. Like any of the comics here, know that if you want to do Sundays, like I look out for my people because I want us to have a safe space where we can perform for everybody. Because on Sunday, it's called Chocolate Sundays, but it's the most diverse, longest running comedy show in comedy. Like there's no place where you can work out. Because again, I'm clean, but I'm also Black. I'm also from the South. And I try to write in a way where I perform for everybody, where I don't have to change my set depending on the crowd. So I give the white people to work, the same work I give the Black people. Like, you're going to get these jokes the way I write them. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't get them, I'll call you out on not understanding because you don't have Black friends. I'll call you out on not being around us, but you like the rhythm, but you don't want the blues. Like I call you out on that stuff. So I don't tap dance and like change my setup and do a mainstream set. Because I used to do that when I first got out here. Now I don't do that no more.
Here's the litmus test.
Anyway, because the problem is when we keep saying, like, I just go on stage and I just do whatever the fuck I'm doing, right? And they don't have to understand Black people to understand me because they have to understand human beings. They don't even have to understand women to understand me. You just have to understand a human being. And so when we start to get locked into, well, they got to come meet me where I'm at. Fuck that, whether they meet you where you at. I also get in a lot of trouble because I also be saying the craziest, wildest shit to white people and cussing them out when I'm on stage. So I'm almost probably never anybody's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, they always got to have.
It amazes me that all white people come see her as hard as she be talking to these white folks.
That's fine. They like it.
They
low-key love that.
It's like when you go to a Corey Holcomb show and realize his crowd is mostly women.
That shit fucks me up. That shit always fucks me up.
Black lady for fun.
I think that the best point made is the disproportion of opportunity given to our white counterparts as far as like trust and belief in that craft than what's given to us. It's like Ron said, when you go to these clubs on the traditional nights, when it's not a Black theme night,
we're not seeing
theme night in general,
2 of us on the list of 30.
Like the only Black names up there are the Craig Robinsons, or the Tony Rocks, or the Tony Roberts, things of that nature. But you won't see like a Blaq Ron on there until he books a movie or books a show or he's rep by
a movie with white people. A movie with white people.
A white movie. Not Soul Plane. I got to do The Notebook.
And then there's also like the aspect of like when we I
booked 2 episodes of This Is Us. You can catch me at any motherfucking improv.
When we do a night, when we like, if we want to throw a show on our own and it's less than what they wanted, like if it's less than 100 people or less than 120 people, we get so much shit for that. Yet our counterparts, white comics, can go up and it'll literally be 17 people, and they brought none.
No,
those 17 people just came on the representation representation of the club, or the reputation of the club. They are still praised for it. It's like, oh man, he's a genius. He's the next such and such. And they're like, bro. I'm like, my club. I mean, my night is a Wednesday night. It's the middle of the week, and it's at a Black-owned club. But I managed to make people a fan of the night, so it doesn't matter who's going up. I don't have to have a big name closing it out. A lot of times, It's mainly my friends, and then I put up newer comics at the front. Like I know what you can get from an open mic. Like open mics in LA are good for networking. That's where you need to meet friends and ask them to listen to your set and ask them for tags. But if you're going for an open mic for an audience, you're going for the wrong reasons. So I know that comics don't get a chance, newer comics don't get a chance to really work out in front of the audience unless they do bring a show where they have to bring 20 people for somebody else. And if they don't bring those 20 people, they got to pay for the 20 tickets that they were given it, whatever the balance is that they didn't sell. If they still want to get up, they have to pay that booker to get that fucking stage time. And I just think that's so fucking ridiculous because a lot of new comics come out here and they get taken advantage of that. But I hate that disproportion, that lack of belief that we can do what we're supposed to do on that stage in front of this crowd because we don't have 1,000 credits and we're not in the movie that was written by Judd and or Seth Rogen or something like that. Like that's the
meanwhile, the whole time I've been funnier than all these motherfuckers that they been putting on the roster in front of me. Until I got that credit.
That's what I was saying earlier. LA is not about
you guys have the fan base, right? Like for real, let's just talk about this. I've seen Ron several times. I've gone to Chocolate Sundays. I've been in the background. P.S. It's always wild that the way I gotta explain people who I am before I can even walk in a club in Los Angeles versus in New York. You a comic. We all just come on in, nigga. Just you ready to go? Let's go. But
you can get vouched for. You can get vouched for in New York too. In LA, we don't have that out here. Really.
I've had
mainstream nights.
Even I had a security guard at the Comedy Store. It's about, well, if you ain't on it, you ain't past it. I was like, nigga, I just got finished doing roast battle. What the fuck you talking about? So like, but this is again why I get kicked out of a lot of places. So at the end of the day, when like I remember seeing Ron and when I went back to New York, I was like, yo, there's this cat out here, this young cat. He's funny as I think he's gonna be a star because he's funny. He's doing his thing. Blah 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 blah. It's about people going back and having the conversation with other people and then going, who gives a fuck? When I came to New York, nobody was fucking with me. I came from private school. I was geeky and whatever. Black people didn't fuck with me. White people didn't fuck with me. So I just put my head down. You know what I'm saying? And I just did comedy. I wasn't even the bitch that I am today. I got booed on Showtime at the Apollo publicly. I've talked about that on the Breakfast Club. It was national, went all over television. I done had my shit rocked. But I just kept getting up on stages. Fuck whoever. I mean, I lived through all the flyering and shit to get on because they always make niggas do the most. You got a flyer while the white boys don't have to do nothing. You got to call your family members to see if they can come to a show to see you do 2 minutes while nigga ain't bring nobody. They got 45 minutes. But I just kept going, right? But the thing that I think should be encouraging here is like, you guys are doing such great things. Like, Tyree, you got all this shit. People, I know you. You may not know me because you don't Google shit, but like, you got all this shit. You got all this shit. It reaches me. It reaches where I can see it. It reaches where people in my family have seen it and people like in your stuff. So at what point do we go, and this is no disrespect to them because that system and that is never meant to break and it's going to move regardless. At what point do we go, well, shit, you got 100,000 people, 1 million people following you and you got a fan base and you got a bet. At what point do we stop going to them saying we need to get on a fucking night and just start doing our own shit?
Well, real quick, I'm going to answer that. But I think Ron had something to say right before you went, Yam.
I'm sorry, Ron, I didn't mean to say.
It's all good.
No, that was a great point, and I'm finna piggyback off your point.
Wait. Not you, Ron. Ron G. Ron G had something to say. Before you said that, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
No, I was gonna say, man, I've been in LA for a long time, and I've watched the evolution of comedy since I've been out there. I feel like I was one of the first younger Black comics after Tony Rock, after Chris Spencer generation, that started doing TV. When I did Who's Got Jokes, a lot of older cats was like, man, I ain't doing no show like that. It ain't talking, you know what I'm saying? Like they talked down about the show. Then when the show took off, they're like, all right, cool. Then when that happened, social media popped off after that. So then you got the old cats again, like I'm 10 seasons of Comic View. I ain't doing no social media. Then you see social media people take off and skip to the front of the line. And now the old dude's still mad. And comedy is about evolution. You know, when I first started doing comedy, I did a lot of music jokes. The more I've evolved, I don't even do a lot of music jokes, but I've been shunned from white comedy clubs. So they're like, you know, he's a Black comedian. He do a lot of music jokes. And white people do it with guitars. They have a whole PowerPoint presentation.
Right in the Concord.
They got all this stuff happening. But again, as Black people, we have to go through a lot more to be dope. And part of it is being battle tested, which I feel like when we do get to the the plateau we want to get on, we're all battle tested and we can handle the success that comes along with it. But I was going to say for you specifically, I've had a chance to watch Black women soar, and now is the time for Black women to shine. Like, y'all voice is so necessary. And you can ask any young female comedian in LA, because I always encourage them. I was like, yo, the fact that people hate on Tiffany Haddish breaks my heart. I'm like, she is opening doors and taking the ceiling off for young Black women in comedy. Whether you like her or think she's funny or not, for you to piss on somebody, your own people, and then tear her down, knowing that she's opening doors where there won't be no ceiling for some young girl who right now in college who want to be a comedian later on. Like, I'm so grateful, and I'm grateful I get a chance to watch this. And I try to put women on as well, because I want to see women, particularly Black women, do well, because your voice is so necessary, to where it ain't like long time ago in the 90s in Comic View where you had to compete with men and do a bunch of, you know, bedroom jokes. Now y'all can be brilliant. You can talk about, as messed up as we are, y'all can talk about us. Y'all can talk your talk and make your money.
What the fuck is bedroom jokes?
Don't curse.
Dick and pussy jokes. You know Ron is clean. He don't cut money on
Bedroom jokes.
Yeah. I said
bedroom
nigga,
jokes
though.
and toilet humor.
Bedroom joke.
Real quick, I want to.
So
Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna speak on what Yam said, and then I want to get Tyree's view on social media, because he's one of the comments that kind of popped early, and then I also want to hear what Meg thinks, because Meg does a lot of correspondence, she does a lot of red carpet, she does a lot of acting, so I want to hear her view on what it's like to be Black in that lane. But yeah, to speak to what you said, like, when do we get to the point where we avoid those clubs and all of that? I'll say this. I toured with Kev on stage. This would have been our third year, and then COVID happened. But the previous 2 years, we didn't do any comedy clubs. We did 80 dates last year, and out of that 80, maybe I would say probably 72 of them were theaters, venues, or churches. We didn't take the traditional route, because we realized that very thing. It's like, one, you have to prove yourself to these people who don't necessarily even know what comedy is. Right. A lot of people who aren't in comedy think that comedy is really about the jokes. It's not. Bookers at comedy clubs are restaurant owners. They only care about who can fill the most asses in the seat.
You're right.
So when you got a lot of social media comics who have 1 million plus followers or 500,000 followers, you see that these comedy clubs will book them, not because they're hilarious, not because they're talented, and not take anything away from them. They may be both of those, but they book them because they know they're going to have 5 or 6 sellout shows. So to get around that and dealing with that, and also get around, like, a lot of people don't know, when you do comedy shows, there are certain people like DL and Eddie Griffin, all of those people, they get a booking fee and they might get a percentage of the door. But most people have to get a door deal where it's like a 70-30 split. And then if you get a full house or over 100 people or 120 people, then you'll get a little extra bonus on the side. But if you're booking the venue, like you rent out the venue and you pay for $5,000 for that venue, and then you make $20,000 on that, it's way better to do it that way. Right. So because we did it that way, it was a way more profitable tour. We also put the power in our hands. That's how you be able to put other Black comics on and all of the Black entertainers on, and also write your own rule book. And I'm not saying that we have to completely abandon the traditional stance of comedy clubs, but I'm saying, like, we have a lot more ownership and power than we're giving ourselves credit for. If you do have 250,000 to 500,000 followers, you can do a tour. You can start with a 10-city, 20-city tour.
You proved it.
You will need some collateral. You will need, like, you know, maybe $20,000, $30,000 to get it started. But if you got 250 to 500,000 followers on the gram and you ain't got no money saved up and you can't find no investors, then you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing with those numbers anyway. Right. If you got 500,000 followers on Instagram and you don't have a t-shirt line, or you're not doing product review videos for at least 5,000 or 1,500 to 5,000 every video, if you don't have videos on YouTube where you're generating revenue and Facebook where you're generating revenue, then you're wasting your time. Yeah. You are wasting your time. And you should look at your career like a business. And if you're not going about that in that sense, then you're wasting your time. As simple as
this nigga Tyree changed shirts.
And settings.
Nigga, are you hosting the BET Awards? You had a wardrobe change on a Zoom meeting?
This nigga went and changed.
Crisscross applesauce right now.
I just wanted to realize that the point that was made was very, that I want us to stay on that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like really register that, because it is about perspective. I have some of the best credits out there, but when you talk about numbers and stuff like that, that shit don't mean anything. People sort of work for like mainstream. Not that I'm not grateful for it, okay? I'm never gonna say that. But I mean, I see people working for certain things to get certain credits and stuff like that. And really the real power isn't having your own thing, because if you have your own thing and your own numbers, people still gonna try to utilize you anyway, and you can come with making your own terms. So that was very important to hear.
But it's happening now. And you're talking about it's happening right now. So social media is still fairly new. It's under 10 years. And the numbers that we're getting now with people getting millions of followers, like it's a brand new thing to where we're learning we don't need comedy clubs anymore. You know what I'm saying? And
I was going, that's the point I was going to make. I mean, this is not a new problem for Black people. I mean, if you think about a chitlin circuit back in the day, 1930s and 40s, they never got a chance at the white spots, but they were like, we'll make our own. And they were very successful at that time for what it meant to be a Black performer. So it's the same thing happening now. It's just the 2020 version. So instead of trying to say, hey, white people, let me in because I deserve a spot, you deserve a spot, but you can make your own, especially with social media now, when people are like, well, how do I, how can I make my dreams happen? And how can I get you have a camera on your phone. If you are not willing to do the work yourself, it's a different world. You can't sit here and be mad because somebody else.
You gotta stop seeking the validation from white folks. The reason why the chitlin circuit ain't what it is, the chitlin circuit could be the biggest thing going, because every major Black artist that ever came since we've been coming came through the chitlin circuit. Yep. We gave that up in exchange for white validation.
White night, well, Black night.
We had to go get the approval from white folks. Oh, you ain't shit as an artist until you can cross over. As if Black people don't have a $1 trillion buying infrastructure and we can support ourselves.
Thank you.
Well, Tyree, real quick, I want you to speak on social media and comedy and how it was for you to gain the followers and how things changed after that.
When I came out here, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. I did not. And I was trying to, I think I got out here in 2013. And I was just really trying to figure it out. Y'all see me. And I like bombed in front of my friends. At least you got to bomb in front of people you don't know. I know these niggas.
I was there.
Oh yeah, you were there.
I was there a couple times too.
Yeah, definitely. But
all that personality.
Oh, so much personality. So happy community.
Killing them with personality.
Killing them. Likability. Jokes. Where are you? I don't know. But I think when I was like, I think y'all said about how OGs were like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with that social media shit. I was on that same shit too. I saw when the videos around 2013, that's when the videos start coming out. And I just started seeing random people. And I was like, man, I be making shit on YouTube all the time. I had a YouTube in 2006. I was trying. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. You could go back to those stupid ass videos. And I think I remade Neo Sexy Love. I didn't know what I was doing. but when I started doing the social media, I started shooting. I started it just really put emotion to it. It was all about it was just Instagram at first. It wasn't nothing about YouTube. It was Instagram's popping. Everybody's doing things on Instagram. I came in kind of late, on the tail end of where it was just easy to get a lot of followers or whatever. Only reason why I even wanted to do it because nobody was booking. Right. Nobody was booking. And I was like, okay, so I have to have numbers, because I can't get in a movie real quick. I can't, I could try, but I was kind of stuck in the middle. I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just start just doing this with the social media. And then when YouTube, that was just
Ron. Fuck these niggas. They just gonna keep on changing clothes, nigga. We won't change clothes.
Was there inspirational music that started playing?
Let's just change clothes and go. You know I stay fresh to drip up from the projects, and I'm gonna take it to the top of the globe.
Palindrome.
Play Kate. Palindrome.
No, Meg, you and I gonna have to change outfits now. We gonna have to get this.
Hell yeah.
Somebody else gonna have to change.
That's too much work.
Y'all been using y'all Second Amendment right to bear arms this whole program.
This is what y'all
doing.
This is me changing my lashes.
Okay. She didn't change the lashes.
Wow, you got really Asian when you took them lashes off.
I gotta wear them because I'll be looking so Asian. My eyes.
Is that you?
I'm talking about she went from what's up to
wait a second.
I mean, like immediately.
Is that you changing clothes, Yam? Just putting up a different picture? Is that you changing clothes?
Yes, this is my new outfit. It's called no.
Okay, Tyree, getting back to you though. Did you see a difference in the bookings once the numbers went up though?
It did, because once I did have, we like all had the same idea. I was like, okay, if I can just make myself like, let me create my own shows. Y'all saw the shows I was doing. Like I had the We Good comedy show, and I was still trying to build my following as I'm doing the show, and more people start coming. Like I can't even imagine doing this shit and not being likable. Oh my God. Wow. But
personality
like,
though?
Man, what? but the shows are great. So I mean, now I was like, okay, so for YouTube and Facebook or whatever platform, now I want to be able to I could do this by myself. You know what I'm saying? That way I don't want to, or not do by myself, or let's team up with somebody. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? So, like I'm just really like focused on that.
Tyree, I'm gonna let you finish. Meg, why do you wear lashes? Your eyes look so much nicer that way.
No, because I gotta like force them open because they Asian. And when these are on, I don't have to force them.
Tahir, are you jumping the camera? How does this shit work?
Who?
Like how? That's what I'm saying. Like how does it go to watching it right now?
I don't know what you're saying, bro. Oh Lord.
Oh no.
I don't either. You
Hey, why you look like Vera Walker from Harlem Nights?
Yamaneika look like she got a girl so good. If she throw it in there, it'll turn into sunshine.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Yamaneika, I have one question. Are you in charge of the girls? Are you in charge of the girls?
Are you in charge of the girls?
Are you in charge of the girls?
Where the girls at?
I need a girlfriend.
Hold on. She has not seen Harlem Nights. Blaq Ron, she has not seen Harlem Nights.
I have seen Harlem Nights. Are you out of your crazy?
You didn't follow up on the quote. That was the scene.
What was it?
You don't know the scene from Harlem Nights? Are you in charge of the girls?
I'm mad that she changed.
That's the scene that leads up to the fight.
Oh my God.
I watch Harlem Nights.
That's the scene that leads up to the fight.
She hadn't seen it.
I have seen it when they fought. I have seen it. I may not remember the line.
Black friends,
Yamaneika, you done got rich and you ain't got no black friends.
You ain't seen it. You spent too much time at that private school. Your granny didn't let you
guys are
watch that
younger
movie with
than
all
me.
that cussing in it.
Don't play me. What did she say?
I'm in charge of the girls.
First of all, let me set the scene up. Let me set the scene up. It was after a great night at Ray's Candy Shop. They all in Ray's office. It's Ray.
Yeah, and they go out and he shoots her.
Vera.
I don't
Hush while I'm breaking the movie down. It was Ray. It was Quick. It was Vera. It was Red Fox's character.
Oh, you want to hit me with a trash can, huh?
Oh yes, okay, but damn, I didn't know this was movie phone. Shit.
No, that's Negro trivia.
Okay,
that's like telling me you don't know what the princess's name was in Coming to America.
While we bask in all Yam's excellence in the fur, I want to get Meg's perspective on how it is doing what she does, the corresponding, the press kits and all of that, being a person of color.
Well, before I say that, I do want to address it. So I have so much respect for comedians because I work with y'all every day. I've studied stand-up comedy. I've done stand-up comedy and stopped it because I was like, oh, this is for people who are geniuses, and you gotta have
and broken
commitment.
You got to be good for this.
I wish you would have taken some other people with you when you stopped because A lot of people.
I respect it. And I think people just want to be like, well, I'm funny too. I could do that. But like, I really was like, oh, well, let me just stop because I respect the people who do this too much to continue to go down this road. It's not my calling.
You can't side chick comedy.
You said what?
You can't side chick comedy. It got to be your main chick.
Exactly.
It's
not my calling, but I love comedy. I love being around comedians. I love what you can teach people through jokes. So I have much respect for y'all. With that being said, please nobody search for my set.
No, we already saw that set when they did the all deaf night at the Comedy Union. Yeah, we saw that set, nigga.
Wait, was I there?
Oh, you motherfucker. You gonna go get yet another reversible jacket on their ass?
Oh, this is hilarious.
Here, you didn't. Your armpits stank in all them jackets.
Hey, this nigga got on the T'Challa coat. T'Challa jacket.
When you take that jacket off, now the power of the Black Panther is being stripped away.
You were so fly, bro.
T'Challa.
I never see.
Listen. Every time I look at Yamaneika, I picture Aretha Franklin's album cover. If you come back to me, that's what I'm going to do.
But my question is, what kind of animal?
That's one of the most stalkerish songs ever. Go back and listen to the lyrics, nigga. You don't call me no more.
Ron G, what'd you say?
I said, what kind of animal got pink and orange fur? That's what jungle.
Oh, that's a Scandinavian sand squirrel.
With sherbet fur.
That sherbet? It don't even make sense what they have in a plus size store.
It's a sherbet lion missing some fur.
Rabbit and all kinds of shit.
It's a Neapolitan.
That's a Neapolitan made out of 18 gorilla. 6-legged rabbits.
That's naked right now.
Oh, nigga, fuck that. This nigga right here look expensive. Nigga, why is this your clothing jacket? Is this your... I feel like you were gonna change regardless. I feel.
Nigga, she went off in Lord and Taylor and was like, yeah.
Listen, she put on the goddamn fur coat with the Lil' Kim platinum hair. Listen.
Nigga, Lane Bryant Easter pageant.
She getting ready for somebody. She giving up some trim tonight.
Hey, Tahir.
Ain't never known none of that
she
jacket.
look like she is the first lady at the Black Awareness Rally, nigga.
She dressed like she run numbers for Bumpy Johnson.
Nigga, first in line.
That's Lady Heroin. She gotta go pick up the numbers like a motherfucker.
Lady Heroin.
You definitely running numbers for Bumpy.
She running numbers for Bumpy Johnson.
Definitely running numbers for Bumpy, nigga.
Because of your ass, Bumpy cousin got killed.
Nigga, that jacket on the knocked off. Joint in North Carolina, nigga. That jacket sell fish plates on Friday, nigga. That jacket drank all this liquor out of mason jars.
Hey, that jacket came with a fundraiser plate at the church.
Nigga, that jacket had a church fan in the inside pocket.
As soon as she put it on, it was cotton candy, sweet as gold. Let me see it, Tootsie Roll.
You better not see that Tootsie Roll unless she Tootsie Rolling for Jesus, nigga.
Yay!
Hey, it's
nigga,
a dead
Muppet. Put that
Muppet.
jacket on, you hear tambourines.
Nigga, it's a dead Muppet on Sesame Street right now as we speak, nigga.
It look like Animal from Muppet Babies pass out on Pepto-Bismol.
Every time she button that jacket up, an old woman start humming. Nigga, that is from the Steve Harvey Mahalia Jackson collection.
Hey.
Oh, shit.
The pimp rally for the civil rights movement. That's where that jacket came from.
That jacket.
She did the open mic.
You gotta have pantyhose. You can't wear that jacket and not have pantyhose on.
I ain't doing that jacket right here. This right here, the slow moves of the two step.
Yeah, that's it.
Come on, Ricky.
Hey, Tahir came with a thigh pad too.
Come in, do the dance for your uncle.
The thigh pad.
That's what that jacket come with right here. Bam. Here we go. Hey, Sugar. I'm about to give you exact change. Here you go.
That jacket got two peppermints in the bra.
Oh, nigga, you stupid. The pepper. All right, man, real quick.
I'm about to bring an accessory with this nigga.
He don't like the wig. I can tell.
Look at the cat looking at the jacket. That cat hate that jacket.
That cat don't know what's going on. But hold on, real quick,
Meg say, I'm gonna piss on that jacket as soon as she take it off. She ain't
As
gonna
you take it off, I'm gonna piss all over that motherfucker.
And leave the cat pushing off. The cat pushing off like, nah, fam.
Oh my God.
That cat pushing off that jacket like 6 of my uncles is in this coat. They killed 6 of my uncles to make that jacket. You turn me loose. What you trying to get a hood?
She got that cat. That jacket made at a cat group home.
Nigga, that jacket made out of stray cat fur, nigga. You put that jacket on, you're Heathcliff, no one should.
Oh man, that cat pushed out. That cat stiff armed you.
Yeah, he was not with you.
In the end zone, that cat said, "Fuck up off me." You know.
And Reggie Bush
finna give her ass some skibbity paps.
Oh my
She'd
God,
have
my
held on to him for 10 more seconds.
All right, wait, real quick. Let me bring it back in real quick, Meg. So give me your perspective on what it was like, or what it is like being a person of color. Well, I mean, I know it's different now because you're in Atlanta. So, or is it different now that you're in Atlanta? Do you see a difference between how you were interacted with in Atlanta? I mean, in LA. Now that you're in Atlanta, do you see a difference?
Oh my God. First of all, it's great in Atlanta. I will say that. This is like the Black Mecca. So it's totally different. So let me talk about being in LA first. LA, yeah, for sure. When I was doing red carpets, they would have all the Black outlets at the end. And the problem with, including BET.
Really?
They would put the Black outlets at the end because they felt like, oh, the bigger outlets and the outlets that we know that all the celebrities can't talk to everybody. So we'll put the bigger outlets, the white outlets at the beginning, and all the Black outlets will just, throw you in. So what happens is by the time they get halfway through, most celebrities are too tired or they're running behind. They'll just go straight into whatever the event is. And a lot of the Black outlets wouldn't get to cover a lot of the major celebrities. Damn. And it's terrible because you're like, I'm out here in a hot, sweaty. When I don't know if y'all have ever seen a red carpet, but like it's literally an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper with your outlet name on it. They put it down on the ground and they put the next one right next to it. I don't know about y'all, my body is way wider than this piece of paper.
Yeah.
That step and repeat be some bullshit, boy.
That was.
Tyrhee, do you need to go pee? Be your ass still. God damn.
I just want to make a note how Meg said, I don't know if any of y'all seen a red carpet.
You know that jacket.
No,
red
no,
carpet.
What it look like. No, you said it right. They ain't seen no red carpets.
Oh, Jesus.
First of all, you a
I'm
goddamn
talking about the paper on the red carpet.
You're not gonna roast me, and I'm just gonna stand here and take it.
Hey, quit coming in close to the camera because you look
that
like
jacket is roasting you on his own.
Every time you do that.
Until you
that
do
Kurt
right
is
by me,
roasting
everybody you go fair.
Yamaneika looking like bet nobody bring her no bad news.
That coat got 8 lives left.
Nigga, she is in her drawers. She stood up. She stood up.
Draw.
She was in her drawers, nigga.
That's a whole new meaning to Kim's.
She comfy.
Nigga, them drawers got a ranch dressing stain on the side of them, nigga. She done wiped her fingers on the side of them drawers 3 times.
A ranch dressing stain?
Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Tyrhee, it do look like you got to pee hella bad.
Nigga,
I don't have a seat.
He looking like he waiting on the results of that damn HIV test to come
my Wi-Fi really ain't shit.
You know that little 20-minute rapid test? He look like, okay, if I get a negative, somebody hitting the club tonight.
Bro, so you make all these videos and you got terrible Wi-Fi? Is that what we doing?
Apparently. It's like
you an overcomer, bro. You an overcomer. You got 2 bars. And Instagram be popping with 2 bars.
2 bars.
You win.
Oh my God. Yamaneika about to make us some
Yamaneika, you
win.
win.
Graduation sash.
You say what?
Your jacket is made out of graduation sash.
Kiss my ass, Rod.
Her outfit's
Yamaneika is looking like she's about to make us some fire-ass oatmeal right now.
No, we ain't gonna slide past Ron G's comment on your summa cum laude jacket.
Talking to me that way. I'm gonna call the cops.
Oh, Jesus. She ain't got no Black friends.
Girls are bothering me.
She ain't got no Black friends.
That ain't Karen. That's Clarabelle.
That's Kendra.
She didn't put on the Karen number 8s real quick on that.
Yamaneika look like that lady on the bus that's finna talk to you about the Lord.
That's true.
For 6 stops.
I will talk to you about the Lord.
For 6 stops.
Hey, Blaq Ron, unless you about to start singing, sister, always on.
No, that was the last outfit. Right now, she look like
At
she's gonna come
Harpo's
up
place
and announce Princess Imani Aziz.
Yeah, what you first thing you're doing when you get out of this quarantine?
I'm gonna go see my I'm gonna go see my mother and my aunt, my mom, and my aunt has special needs, so it's been very difficult because my mother's a senior and my aunt has special needs and is a senior, so I've been very, very worried about them. So I'm gonna go spend some time with them. They haven't been able, they wanted to come here, but New York is, it's so bad here with cases and stuff like that. I just didn't want to expose them to that, but that's what I'm looking forward to doing.
Okay. How about you, Meg?
What's up?
I'm trying to just go on vacation. You see this background. I've been cooped up in the house with a toddler. I'm tired, okay? Somebody need to come get this baby.
Why you say it like that ain't your child? I've been cooped up in the house with a toddler.
I mean, he looked just like me, but y'all gotta prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you were there in the room. You were there at the delivery.
Mama's baby.
To prove it.
What you gonna do to her?
I don't know, man. I'm eager to get back on stage, but I'm also eager to you got to work it out, man. Like I did the Laugh Factory this past Monday, and then last week I did it on a Wednesday or something. But it's still different because there was no audience there. So I'm looking forward to
How'd you feel about that? I did it too. How did it feel?
It was weird, man, because you got to find a new rhythm. When you're on stage and there's an audience, there's a rhythm that you go off of because you leave space for the laughs in real time. But when you're doing it live, you got to kind of anticipate the laughs and trust your material so much. Like a lot of comedy in the moment is timing and the right wordplay and all of that. But when you're doing it on Zoom or live on IG or YouTube or something like that, you really just have to lean on the material and trust that, because that's really all you have to go off of.
Right.
There's no instant gratification to fuel that fire that we typically get from the audience to keep going. So it's really just a confidence thing, man. Like if you got the confidence and you securing your set, you can knock it out the park. But it's different, man. It is very different because I think as comics, we all live for that instant gratification of that line. Right. You drop that one word on the end of that punchline, that crowd is gonna go crazy. And so when you
not only the instant validation, the instant rejection. I need to know that joke wasn't shit instantly.
Yeah, or that. But I mean, when you I'm also referring to like a set that is polished. You know what I'm saying? Not when you're trying some new material. I'm talking about like a set that is polished. Like you finna go up there and kill that shit. You know what set you're gonna do. You know where the laughs are gonna be. You calculate everything. And if you need to trim something off, you know what part of a joke you need to leave out.
They show you how to edit. The crowd show you how to edit too. Yeah.
Yeah, and with this, because it's a 2-hour window, you could do anything from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. And like to do that with no laughter is truly a skill. So
yeah.
I also want to take this moment just to say fuck Tyrhee. Because
Sammy Davis Jr.
What's going on
this
with you
nigga here?
That
looking like David Ruffin right before he OD'd.
The outfit come with
Blaq Ron, you don't know I know you.
Listen, the fact that this nigga put the rings, the chain, and the watch on with the glass
lets me know that it was all right there in his room.
Basically, it's Nathaniel. I get into it real quick. So
this nigga live in the bathroom.
You do.
He changed so fast.
This is the only way where my Wi-Fi, I get the best Wi-Fi. So, that is period.
I'm mad that the nigga's inhaling and the blood ain't even in his mouth. Like,
right.
This is why I get the best.
Hey, he committed to the character, though. He committed to the character. And you got on the Dr. Umar Johnson print, nigga. That is so funny.
Hey, somebody said that in the comments. Somebody said, Dr. Umar wants your jacket, nigga. I damn near choke.
Just a little light drip, don't trip. You know what I mean?
Light drip. Hey, the chain spins too? The chain spins?
It's it. I got this sale at the Galleria off
Nigga.
Big Tail and Montel Street.
This nigga Tyree look like Robert Townsend's cousins at the end of Five Heartbeats.
Hey, somebody said that in the comments. Said Dr. Umar wants your jacket, nigga, out there in the truck.
There's a little light drip, don't trip.
Somebody computer is on.
Chain spin too? The chain spins?
That's Yam's computer. I can tell because the way she's looking at the screen, that lets you know.
Right. Please turn off the volume on the computer.
Turn the volume down. I can't hear myself think.
She don't know what's going on. Look at her. I don't know what I did. I didn't know.
Watch it up.
Hey Tyree, you look like you call songs records. What's that record? What's that new record called?
By that one boy.
Me and Evelyn finna go see a
That
picture
new record.
downtown at the picture show.
He calls songs cuts. What's that cut? Play that one cut, DJ.
What's that cut?
Our lady Berna, you know, she was a singer. I used to manage her. She was down at We Real Records.
You know Verna? You know my girl Verna? I know Verna.
Yeah,
you definitely look like you know Verna.
To hear. We are an extra in they sketch right now.
Yeah, I knew her.
We are.
Yeah.
They don't need us.
Berna.
That's what that guy Melvin.
See, Berna. See, me and Berna, we go back there.
We're the whole sketch right now.
See, me and Berna, we trying to buy a whole house. Me and Berna, we trying to buy a crib. I got about 600 kids. It is what it is.
Tyree's Bluetooth keep falling out his goddamn ear.
Like an old nigga.
Hold on, Terry. What up, Terry? How you doing? Yeah.
Always a Terry.
I'm actually zooming right now. Yeah. I ain't
Speaking of Terry.
Yeah.
Speaking of Terry, can we get somebody over there?
Who did we get? Let me get Ron and then Blaq Ron. What are y'all doing right after this? This
Marianne, is that you? Marianne, all right.
Tyree, shut up, nigga. We can't hear. I'm mute yourself.
They got 2 bars and got 200,000 followers. Nigga, something need to upgrade. Hey, but for me, man, I'm like you, man. I can't wait to get on stage. I got so much stuff in my head that I need to work out on stage. But also, I want to do over my birthday and my wife's birthday as well, man. I want to go somewhere really dope, some kind of vacation, maybe go to Thailand or something, figure it out. And
Thailand.
Yeah, what? You so funny.
Is that where everybody got to wear a tie?
Oh Lord.
I wouldn't go over there. They said my church group said don't go no Thailand now.
So you spent 5 minutes with your computer up, interrupting his interview, and now you're trying to interrupt mine? Fix your wig, sit back, and let me talk.
Other people keep saying that.
Fix your wig.
Y'all got my life itching.
I would love to go to Thailand, man. Thailand
with that wool shawl on and sit back.
When did the clubs open
I'm
back
just
up?
trying to help you out. You ain't want no help from me. I said don't go to Thailand now.
Ron.
The part in your wig is like on the side instead of all right, cool.
Somebody said Yamaneika like retired Storm from the X-Men.
When do the clubs open back up?
I was told July, man. But yeah, I definitely want to go on vacation, man. Take me and my lady somewhere real nice. Just get away because it's quarantine stuff, man. Like, it's kind of overwhelming.
It's a lot.
I'm over it, but then we got the civil rights movement happened too. So I don't want to stop that.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
What about you, Ron?
I'm hoping to get somebody's daughter pregnant. I'm playing.
Eating a whole pork shoulder and smoking a cigarette.
This nigga said a whole pork shoulder, man. Fuck you. I honestly, I want to start working on a book idea that I have. I want to write a book. I'm really anxious to get back to work because I was on 3 tours and I was supposed to do 2 TV shows this year. So 2020 was supposed to be my year. So I'm really anxious to get back to doing that. And that way I can hear him get some money so I can shit on my baby mama.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to, I like doing shit like bossing out.
What?
Buying my daughter fly shit.
Come on.
Show it to her mama. Like I bought my daughter a birthday gift. I bought her a birthday gift. Last day I got to see her was on her birthday. I bought her a gift. She was supposed to come to my house that following weekend. She ended up not being able to come because her mama forgot that was my weekend or whatever. Anyway, quarantine happened. Long story short, it had been 4 months since I saw my daughter before this past weekend. She get to my house. Now she opening up 4-month-old birthday gifts that were in her room.
Oh man.
One of which was a brand new scooter that when you push the button on the bottom, the whole bottom light up, the wheels light up and shit. And she was like, Daddy, can I take my scooter to mommy's house? And normally I would say, no. But I was like, yeah. take that shit to your mama house. Take that fucking scooter directly. Take it right to your mom. Pull up. Matter of fact, I'm gonna park around the corner. Ride the scooter up to the door. That's what
thought you was gonna say it was a hamster in there and the hamster died.
No, my baby asked me for a turtle and a dog. She got both of those.
Hey, how old is your baby girl?
9.
9? Dope, man.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So for all you ladies out there that was wishing yourself a happy Father's Day, in the words of Earthquake, may you get hit by a bus on your birthday.
Okay.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, yeah. That's a great Earthquake joke.
Is that salmon? Is that salmon?
No, it's not salmon. It's apricot.
No, that's definitely coral, my boy. That's definitely coral.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
coral. It's coral.
It looked like pearl.
Somebody said flamingo.
It's coral. Nah, Blaq Ron.
Sherbet. Sherbet.
This actually, you know, it's just
coral.
I mean, it's a little Carhartt from Amsterdam. They have a store there, like Flex. Here's the thing. We got about 10 minutes left.
Why are we getting all these clothes half musty?
Nothing's half musty, my boy. Listen, it might be a lot of guys that you can try that one with.
Same thing.
Meg sat next to me for 2. Meg sat next to me for 2 years. Meg knows I come in smelling nice every day.
You come in smelling nice, but do you leave?
That's
You won't catch me slipping. You won't ever
Tahir
catch
walk
me
around
slipping.
like big nigga money. Go ahead.
You will never catch me slipping on the smell tip. Ever.
That's because you put all that powder under your breast. So yes, ain't nobody gonna.
She was saving that one. That was hilarious.
That bitch was cocked and loaded.
That was beautiful. Hey, Tahir, she pulled the pin at the top of the show and threw it last 10 minutes. She pulled the pin out.
In the chamber. She cocked the gun underneath the table. I didn't even know that it was one in the chamber already.
She cocked that gun before she came in the room. That was a Derringer.
She don't
pulled
even
that right out. Bah!
And then somebody I consider like a sister. So kiss my ass.
Used to.
Anyway, we got about 9 minutes left. So this is usually the time we take to thank anybody that's donated. If they sent you something to Cash App, you can thank them individually or thank everybody as a group. Also, if you got projects coming up, you can tell them about the projects where they can look out for you. And lastly, where they can find you, all your handles, all of that type of stuff. Yam, you want to go first? Ladies first?
Thank you. God bless you. I come before you today. I want to thank the 1.5 people that donated to my fund. It means so much to me, and I can get me a new Diva cup. The old one I got is it's a mess. I done used it and lost it, and
let them use you. Let them use you.
The cup runneth over.
Take your time. Take your time.
If you're so inclined to look me up, I know some of you people out there, you're young, so I know I might not be your speed. You know, I got a couple of miles on me. So if you don't like me, send your granddaddy my way, because I got a little something left in my gas tank for him.
You said I got a couple miles on me. She referred to herself as a Goodyear tire.
Not the tire. Odometer. Not the tire, the blimp. That's the star, the blimp.
Okay, all right.
But you can follow me on Instagrams. You can follow me on the books. I think we're boycotting the books because they doing something. So maybe not the books, but the grams and chatting. I was Beyonce 2 days ago. I was one of her backup dancers, Shakisha.
Okay.
You can follow me there.
Tahir, your face is hilarious.
I was reading a text message.
I know, but just
no, it's fine.
Cavalierness of it, just while she talking.
Yeah.
He wants the juice. I can see it. The nigga said he got cataracts, but I don't believe it. He was looking at my pussy earlier.
All right, 4 of us gotta go still.
Whoa.
I thank you. I thank you guys. You can follow me anywhere. I'm so glad to be here, be a part of this. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
A great conversation we had. I think such a necessary conversation that we had, all jokes aside. And thank you guys for sharing this space with me and the people that were here that came and were with us tonight. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Absolutely.
Yam.
What about you, Tyree?
Huh?
Give us something, Tyree. What you got going on? What you want to thank anybody that donated?
Hold on. Let me check.
Going on?
Let me check right now, bro. Man, first off, hold on. Somebody said
for the costume. Tony Moore. Okay. 3. Okay. Thank you for the 3.
You don't have to see. You don't have to say the amount. Just
anyway, appreciate. No, just thank you guys for showing love. That was great. What I'm about to do right now is a lot of nothing and really harness in on that shit. Like bro, I'm gonna really do that. As far as for filming and stuff, I would love to hang out with my friends. Tahir, what are you doing? Ron, what are you doing? Ron, what are you doing? Blaq Ron, I mean.
Well, Blaq Ron in Texas. I'm in Glendale.
Where is everybody at?
I'm in Glendale. You know where I'm at.
Texas, motherfucker. Hey. That's where I stay.
I'll never see you niggas again.
How Ron said, we're not geographically compatible.
Right.
That's fine.
On the Zoom.
That's fine, nigga. That's hype. We not geographically compatible. Palindrome.
But where can they find you at, Tyrhee?
Find me across the board, the fake Tyrhee, Tyrhee, silent H, daddy issues. I don't know why there's a silent H in my name. The fake Tyrhee.
That is.
It's your boy, we good.
All right. Blaq Ron, what you got going on?
Me?
Yep.
Oh. Shit blipped right then. It's like, what you got going on?
Oh, my bad.
Last week, Leslie didn't let me get this out. So be sure y'all go on BET Plus and watch All the Way Black. I'm on that. Download that app so you can watch that show. I'm on True TV's Laugh Mob's Laugh Tracks. Be sure you catch me on that. I'm also on Comedy Central's Heart of the City with my boy Tahir Moore. He's on the St. Louis episode. I'm on the Dallas episode. Congrats. Be sure you catch me on that. Real quick, Osley Jean-Francois, Pamela Carnesia, Alicia Graves, Tony Morton, Gregory Corder, Jacoby Jackson, Maurice Dyer, LeBaron, Kristen Benson, Shaquina Horace, Devon Smith, Ariana, Ashley McKinney, Tanya, Daniel Tucker, Latoya Davis, Chase Lee, Sam Huddleston, Ross Cosby, Dwayne Rencher, Charlene, D, Anthony Williams, Robin Butts, and Elvin Albert. Thank y'all so much tonight for donating to the fucking Cash App. Real quick, all of y'all people have been hitting me up while the show has been going on to hear. Thank you, brother, because ever since last week's show, people have been coming on to my IG Live, which is the Midnight Oil Show. Be sure you catch that midnight Eastern every night with myself and Ty Davis. They have been coming on here telling me that they fuck with me because of being on Zooming with the homies. I appreciate you acknowledging me as one of your homies and having me on the show. My light-skinned, freckle-faced brother, young portly gentleman, such as yourself. You put your gums away. Anyway, I love you for that to hear. You like myself holding it down for the niggas with 31 or less teeth in our mouth. And we got to stick together, brother. Solidarity. You know what I'm saying? Imperfect smiles. We the way to go. Anyway, follow me on everything. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, BLAQ RON on Instagram, Blaq.Ron on Christian Mingle, Deacon Longstroke. Be sure you follow me. I follow back. I love y'all though, man. Thanks for having me.
Meg Scoop, what you got going on?
Deacon Longstroke.
Hashtag let's touch and agree.
Oh Lord, okay. So here, first of all, thank you for having me on here. Zooming with the homies is fun. I want to say I respect each and every one of y'all and what y'all do every day, day in, day out as comedians. Yeah. Because I do work with y'all and I see how hard the grind is to be Black in this industry. So Ron G, Blaq Ron, Yamaneika, Tyrhee, and of course you to here. I tip my hat off to all y'all. If y'all are interested in following me, it's Meg Scoop everywhere. But also I have a mommy podcast that I just came out with. Thank you, Jennifer Rivas. She just put the link in the chat. Yes, hit up my podcast. Support a sister. Y'all, I be on there. I'm tired, okay? The baby wearing me out. I need help. So follow my podcast, okay? Please come through. Help me out.
Please, somebody go save that baby.
Hold on, I gotta address this too. Tahir, this is why y'all can't be talking negative about women, because everybody in this chat is like, Megan is musty because y'all told that lie.
Big Musty in the building.
That was Tony Baker that called you Big Musty. Okay,
He got mad because I said he was the one that told everybody Sierra was a hermaphrodite. So
I didn't start either one of those rumors. I don't have anything.
They said Ashanti was
that.
too, and Michelle Obama.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with that. I sat next to Meg for 2 years. I never smelled anything. She's not.
Why Big Musty though? He called you Big Musty?
He called her Big Musty.
Isn't that rude?
So Musty wasn't enough?
Big Musty.
Musty was not enough.
Musty wasn't enough. Big
You have
Musty.
to put the adjective. Stop. How musty? You put the adjective in front of big. People like, oh, she Big Musty.
Oh,
you musty all the time.
Cap lock.
Girl,
Big
Cap lock. Big Musty
all the time.
I seen Big Musty.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, Meg. Ryan G, what you got for us, brother?
Hey, man, I just want to say thank you for having me on too. This kind of feel like the green room of a comedy show, man. I appreciate you put me on. Ladies, I appreciate y'all so much, man. Yamaneika, you're dope, man. I can't wait to see more of your work. And if you want to do Chocolate Sundays, please hit me up and I'll handle that for you. Again, appreciate all y'all. For me, just follow me, Comedian Ron G on everything, Comedian RONG. On Thursday nights, I do a Couples Couch, which is a game show for couples, whether you're brand new or been married for 20 years. This week is the finals. We'll be giving away cash prize. Couples Couch on my Instagram Live, 7 p.m. on Thursday. And be sure to follow me. And also shout out to everybody who dropped me some money in the Cash App. D, Dwayne Rencher, Greg, Latoya Davis, Greg, Latoya, and LeBaron, and Jacoby, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all, man.
Wait, can I thank everybody who donated? I forgot to do that, y'all. I'm so tired. It's midnight over here. Can I do that to you?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you good.
Oh, Kelvin Baker, what's up? John Grant, D, Dwayne Rencher, Olivia Davison, Tay B, Gregory Corder, Latoya Davis, Chase Lee, Tiffany Sims, Corey Cobb, Kirsten Benson, the King, Maurice Dyer, LaBaron, Tashay, Jacoby Jackson, Pamela Carnegie, Brandis, Brittany Langston, Osley Jean-Francois. Thank you guys for being a blessing. The Lord got a big blessing for y'all. Thank you for being a blessing to me.
But why Big Musty though?
Spirit movie, let him use it.
I think that's they
But Big Musty.
say that about
Big Musty, not medium musty, not a little musty. Big
93
musty.
octane musty.
This is the price I paid for working with y'all.
I want to thank
Cyber Musty.
before I say anything. I definitely want to thank my mods, Jennifer Rivas, Hippie Goes, Fan Brown. We got Steven in here as well. I don't know if he's in here tonight, but Steven, I think it's Okan, is one of my mods, and I think it's one more. They'll put it in the chat, and when I see her name, I will give her a shout out as well. Definitely thank you to my mods. Thank you to my guests for coming on. Definitely appreciate you guys for entertaining the guests, sharing the jewels that were dropped, and remind you guys that there's another episode of Wording This Hard that comes out. You just not walking a dog?
ADD.
My nigga, you got to start setting an alarm, bro. Like we talked about this. We'll talk.
Was that your daughter?
Yeah.
He called her a whole nigga. My nigga.
Listen. She knows us with love, though, but it was like, I don't want her walking a dog at a certain time at night because it's dark outside. Now one of us got to go out there with her. She does it at 7:30. It's still light, but neither here nor there. It's okay. She's a good kid. She does a lot of great things. Shout out to her. She did all the names over the weekend. She put all the names on all the previous episodes of Zooming with the Homies. I had to pay her $20. She didn't just do it on the strength though. So like, I don't want y'all to think she's like that great of a daughter. Like she definitely be charging your boy.
I think she stand over you while you sleep and just be like,
she ain't got no hands though. That's the thing. She taller than me, but she ain't got no hands.
She ain't got no hands.
She ain't got no hands. Y'all ain't got no hands.
in a good neighborhood.
She got long arms. So like I just work the inside real quick. Just work the inside. She don't want no problem.
Body shots.
Yeah, she seen me in public. She seen. Okay, cool. But that works too.
I fight a girl. Win is a win.
And I never fought a girl because I never wanted to punch a girl in her titty.
Yeah. People talk about he's so mean to his daughter. I'm not. Am I mean to you?
yes, you are.
No. I'm not mean.
She's still right there.
Rescue you, Kendall. I'll come for you. Girl.
I thought she had walked off. He gonna call her trash to her face.
Don't come over here. Go. Put your shoes on.
I bet you won't call her Big Musty though.
Anyway, another episode of Wording is Hard.
I hate y'all.
We got Brandon Lewis on this episode of Wording is Hard. Then we also got 3 more episodes throughout the week of Zooming with the Homies. Great lineups all day long, man. So please pull up for that. And I'm literally like 200 subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. So I cannot thank you guys enough for that, because I literally started this year with 3,400 subscribers. And from literally like February to now, we're almost at 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you have not liked the video, please, real quick, it takes very little effort to just click that like button. That makes sure that I stay in the algorithm on YouTube, and it really helps with the views as well as the ads on the video. So please, please, please like the video, subscribe to the channel as well. Before I get out of here, I definitely want to thank Jacoby. My sister Shonda Adams, she pulled up real quick and shot me something. This is my blood sister, same dad. Thank you so much, Shonda. I love you. Osley, Omar, Tashay, John, LeBaron. Shout out to LeBaron. He is a Black-owned business. They have this company called Popcorn World. It's called Doing the World of Flavor.com. They have over 60 flavors of different popcorn. Literally every flavor you can make. I had some popcorn that was flavored crab legs. You understand me? And they will mail it to you anywhere in the States.
Popcorn, huh?
Yo, the popcorn is fire. Top tier A1. So shout out to LeBaron for that. Patrice Wilford, Calvin Baker, Dwayne, Devon, Christian, Shaniqua, Natasha, Tony A, Isaac, Latoya, Tiffany Sims, Kanisha, Sam, Gregory, Daniel Tucker, Division, Kyla, Elise, D, John Grant, J Mo. Thank you guys so much for the donation, as well as the people who donated through the stickers and the super chat as well. Make sure you leave the door open when you go out. Okay. Right, cool. I definitely appreciate y'all.
I'm thinking you're talking to me.
Hey man, listen.
I'm gonna close the door.
Nah, leave it open, man. I gotta hear holler or something like that. We here every Monday through Thursday. We're gonna keep it going as long as we can. I appreciate you guys' support. Please, 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 before you get out, click that like button. It's still 1,800 of you guys in here. We only got 609 likes. Please click that real quick right now before you get up out of here, and make sure you follow all my guests on all the social media platforms and support them. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for another amazing episode, and we'll see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Peace out.
Thank you, bro.
All right.
Later, y'all.
Love you, my ginger friend.